Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm King of Russia again, and we're doing a diplomacy after action report on game B2B, Bluebell. Joined by me today is more than the typical one-man squad of Salt, because I have also conscripted Astro and Evolution. Astro is playing Tokugawa.
Hello.
Evolution played Mughals.
Hello.
Good job. And Salt kind of played Ming.
Hello.
And
Kind of is accurate.
I played Aymara, which was in a much further position from these goobers. And we're going to be covering the game today, which ends very well for everyone involved, I promise.
100%.
All right. So with that all out of the way, I guess we should just discuss pregame plans. You guys are all going to have very interlinked pregame plans, I think. So I'm going to come out and be an advocate of starting over here.
Yeah, go
Because-
ahead. We can go through Asia after you get done.
Yes, because Aymara, I think, is a nation that has a very strong opening that people have not taken advantage of. And by very strong, I mean it is strong if your neighbors are not idiots. So generally, what people tend to do on Aymara is they go for an easy non-committal double. You go Exura Likitane, Chuima Iperina, Kelakulu to Chiquitano, and Chipaya to Winhayek. This is basically guaranteed unless Spain wants to spite you or like decides to be weird and give Poland Caracas, which doesn't tend to happen. Guaranteed because you get an army in Winhayek first, you support yourself into Chiquitano, however you do it, and nobody can justifiably bounce you out. It's typically a bad decision. And from there, you tend to try to play Spain and Netherlands off each other, and you tend to try to just keep the South status quo, simply because when your line is here after year one, there's just not much play south at all. You don't get an attack on Iorio because Guarani will have an army here and an army here and an army here, and there's just nothing. And you don't get a play into Mapuche if you are in Licitani because you will have the fleet there. And when the fleet is there, you cannot move it to Hinia Kamiari, which means you can't get 2 on Huarpe. I say 2. You can't get 3 on Huarpe, which is what you'll need, because they'll have an army here going, in this direction maybe, but they'll have an army there. And you'll want to try to get a setup with units in these 3 spots and force south, because then you can do that. It's all good. There's a lot of words to say that the current Aymara opening in the south achieves nothing, except you get a border. That's it. In the north, it's better. You get Iperina, you set yourself up right here, and your entire goal from this position in the north is to play Spain and Netherlands off each other. Get them to fight, support one of them into the other, and then take the other center, and then take the other center, and then so on and on and on until you generally get to about this line at best. That's all pretty straightforward. That is the straightforward way to play Aymara. I, however, have better ideas. There is one option for Aymara to immediately crack open the game and to be a big player and to get a lot of early expansion and even to have a good ally. You kill Mapuche. This should not come as a surprise to anyone who has seen what else I have done in this game.
Yeah, seems pretty accurate to me.
So
The strongest power on the continent seems good.
Yes. So what you want to do for this opening is you run Axora to Nazca Ridge, but you run Chipaya to Likatanai. You run Choi Matapano, Kelakulu to Mia. And you generally, if possible, you want to grab Iperina and then one of Winhayek or Chiquitano. Typically Chiquitano, because you get to have holds with Chiquitano and Iperina at the same time. It makes attacking you harder. So it's just generally better to try for that. And you get lines on Portugal, which is nice. But yes, this is generally how I would characterize this opening. In fall, you want to support Nazca Ridge into Huarpe. This is normally a Mapuche dot. They put an army right here right away. And what doing this allows is it allows you to double while making sure Mapuche is at most +3. But the key comes in when you talk to your good neighborhood friend Guarani, because if Guarani plays their cards right, they can make sure that Mapuche does not get into either Buenos Aires or the Malvinas, the Falklands, which ensures that now Mapuche is suddenly only +2, only Tehuelche and the Falklands. But even better, if Guarani is able to trick Mapuche into thinking they get one or both of these that they don't get, if Mapuche moves like this, and Guarani moves, let's say, like this. My brain is, let's see, move like this, I guess. Something like this, right? You get the idea.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can make Mapuche go only +1 with the Australia fleet, and when this happens, Mapuche is dead. Oh, sorry, I lied. I'm going to redraw this. What you want to happen is you want Mapuche to go here. You want them to go for the Falklands. You want to jump into Buenos Aires in the spring. And then in the fall, you want to either march to Tushin or agree to bounce with them at Tushin and then just not move. And so Mapuche moves out of Tehuelche and you still end up with the results of them not having builds, yada, 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 good stuff. That's a lot of words for I think you can kill Mapuche early on. And that is the goal in this game. Because, I mean, I love the Mapuche player, but they don't do the most press. And I want their dots. So that's my pregame plan.
Gotta say, dots are pretty fun. If you can
You
get
kind of
'em.
need their dots too. But how were your Spain relations? I feel like you really need a friendly Spain in order for this plan to work.
Well, luckily, early press. It's been a while since I did early press with Spain in this game. But
I don't remember mine
Spain,
either.
Spain was chill, basically. There was, and I talked to Ushashone, did some press with them, and my general policy in press was to be friendly with Spain, but encourage people to attack them. Shocker, I know.
Mine as well, yeah.
Yes, Spain is a big power, and it's good to have them fighting somebody else. That's why my starting strategy was all focused around not fighting Spain as Aymara, and instead fighting somebody else, anybody else, actually. Because you don't get much out of fighting Spain early on, you see?
Yeah, it's like 3 dots max for a lot more effort than it's really worth.
Yeah, and it forces you to build fleets too if you start a fight with Spain.
It just forces all your units to go this way, and then suddenly there's someone on the other side of the border that might have some ideas.
Yeah, just fighting colonials early is such a mess because then they overbuild on you. It's terrible.
And you cry.
And
But
then you cry.
those were my general thoughts going into the game. We'll see how successful those efforts were later, because we have another continent that we have 3 people playing on.
Who wants to go
Which one of
first?
You want to start? Okay, well I can go first. We can go east to west. So I think with Tokugawa openings, there should really only be one default opening that everybody should play, which is the Ryukyu Crusher opening. You go Kyoto to Kyushu, Osaka to Kuroshio, right? Yeah, Edo to Mutsu. I'm gonna play
Oh, you
NPO,
prefer
but I
this.
think the standard opening is Mutsu, and then Aomori to Okisi.
I guess, but yeah, the MPO is just better.
I don't agree. I think this is like by far the best Tokugawa opening. Why do you like MPO?
Because there are just more options. Okay, so here's the thing. I knew basically if you're friendly to Qing, which you should be, this is a pocketed dot. So you should go. So you should go out to North Pacific and you should look for some other dot like Hawaii, or Galapagos, or I don't know, Koryak if you're feeling adventurous.
Yeah.
Which you could be
Well-
if Inuit is friendly to you and wants to attack Qing and you can trick them into that. You definitely could get away with getting Koryaks here.
Wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't that be lovely?
What
Well,
an
I
idea.
think that I think that MPO is like a move that every player who starts Tokugawa in Spring 01, they think, MPO, this move is just so beautiful. And it is. It's a beautiful move. The problem is that once you get there in spring, you have to figure out where you're going in fall. And Koyax is always taken, Hawaii is always taken, and Galapagos is always taken. So unless you think you can get one of those dots, you're denying yourself your double going to MPO. Which is maybe not the end of the world, except that you're also going to piss somebody off, bouncing them on the other side. And you really don't want to piss Spain off, like we just discussed, right? So you can go MPO, I guess, and bounce Koyax. Maybe that's something more people should play, because I agree with you that Ainu is pocketed. But, I think you should usually just play for your double, so that's why I would recommend the Mutsu move. Anyway, in this game, I guess are we talking about spring diplomacy yet?
Yes,
or
you can do whatever you like.
Yeah, so in this game, I think like one of the main 01 things is that Russia was a maniac, and Russia opens their press with the whole world by saying, I want to coalition somebody. And they say this to everybody.
Oh.
So to me, they were saying, oh, I really want to coalition Qing early. Qing is super scary. They're a threat to me. They're a threat to you. Let's kill them. I'm like, great. I love that idea. And me and Salt talk about it. We're like, yeah, of course we're going to tell them that we're going to coalition Qing. Why would we not tell them that,
Always.
So we end up in a world where Inuit is deciding, oh, they're going to move Kerex to Sea of Okhotsk in spring in order to, like, bounce Sakhalin. And so then I play NPO because I know Koyax is going to be open in fall. And that was a pretty beautiful development. Yeah. That was definitely a lovely thing to have happen. And then also in spring, I think we maybe leaked the Qing coalition in spring and then got Qing to start an Inuit coalition, if I remember correctly. So there's going to be an Inuit coalition, and unlike the Qing coalition, that one actually happens, which is great because I think for Tokugawa, sort of on a more general perspective, I think your main enemy in the whole game is actually Inuit. You're in this triangle with Qing and Ming, but you're not really able to grow past Korea in the early game. Yeah. Like realistically, yeah. You can maybe try to pick up these coastal dots, these coastal home centers on both of them, but it's going to be really competitive. Like, if you try to pick up the Ming ones, Qing is going to fight you for them. If you try to pick up the Qing ones, Ming and Russia are going to fight you for them. Much better, I think, to just not get involved until you have the power to actually really push into the continent. And so I think as Toku, your goal instead should be to disable Inuit, because Inuit is the result of like 50% of the games where Tokugawa dies. They die to Inuit all the time. It's just so natural for Inuit to like grow into this corner northern position and then push into NPO on you. You really can't ever afford to leave NPO with Inuit behind you. So I was really glad to see that Inuit coalition early, and then yeah, I got Koyax as well. My main fear in the early game was this Ming player next to me, who's pretty scary. So I'm wondering how your spring went, Salt.
Who that would possibly be.
Yeah.
I had a plan going at the before this game started. I had a very detailed plan, which I abandoned like 3 hours in. So we can go over that real quick, and then So my first plan was that I really wanted my pre-core year 1, the one to the south near Portugal, Hainan. Yeah. I want to take that year 1. So like the way I figured I could probably do that was like move Kunming down to Dongkin, and like Nanking to Hokkien, and like then convince Portugal that I was going to dot Macau, and then they would cover that dot, and then I could walk in.
Like so.
It's A plan, maybe not the greatest, but getting that pre-core is a pretty unique spot to be in that I wanted to like try out. And I was pretty committed to doing that up until Qing offered me Pyongyang. So once that happened, I just abandoned that and went for the 2 Korea dots. And I decided to play a bit more of a normal Ming game, at least with the armies. I don't really know why Qing did this. They
I think
just said that I could have it, and I just said yes.
When
So I think it
offered
was
dots,
because of
Salt's
the
response is
coalition.
yes.
It was
Salt was never
pretty. It
gonna
was
say
pretty
no to
fun
that.
though. They made me an offer that I could not refuse.
I think what
So
happened with Qing here was that we leaked to them the coalition, and then that made them want to play anti-Russia. So they were just going to give Korea to us because we were friendly to them. But it was a
yeah,
real shame that it was you and not me who got it.
I I think Qing was like initially hostile to Russia too, but then like once Russia was like dead set on coalitioning Qing and we told them about it, then it just became like a all-out war between them.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah,
really funny to watch.
it was perfect.
Like I was telling Russia I was gonna like go and stab Qing. They wanted me to do it like spring too. They wanted me to go to like Gobi and like stab them that
Yep.
way, which was never going to happen in a million
That is
years.
psychotic.
They wanted all 4 neighbors to give up dots in order to hurt Qing.
Yeah,
That's not
like
how
I think
you
they want you
build
to go
a
to like
killing blow.
Oriental too, right?
What was the question?
They wanted you to go to like a
Oriental, yeah,
Oriental
yeah. They wanted
Sea.
me to go to Oriental. It was
Yeah, it was crazy.
totally insane ideas here. I agree. It's not the right way to do a coalition. You should do it in
Yeah.
O2.
You need
I just
or if
nod
you
my
want
head along.
if you want to do O1 stuff, you limit it to one other person. So like
Pretty much.
if you're Russia, what you do is you just go to Ming and you say, "Hey Ming, you and me should kill Qing."
Yep.
And we just take all of these dots, and then everyone else has to play catch up. Because if you, because like what you see happened in this game, what happens if you tell a bunch of people that you're going to be coalitioning somebody, is that it just gets leaked for their own benefit. Where if in this
100%.
scenario,
Pretty much.
in this scenario, if Ming leaks to Qing, "Hey, Russia and I are planning to kill you," the response from Qing is going to be like, "Hey, Russia, Ming says you want to kill me," and that immediately, immediately, it's not.
Yeah, it's a bad spot to be in.
It's bad for Ming because there's no plausible deniability, so Ming is less likely to leak.
And like I wanted to like work with Russia against Qing somewhat, but I can't. I need a Russia Qing war to occur just so Qing just like go after me with their 3 armies. So I need that war to happen. But whether I help Russia is a very different thing. And Russia was demanding Turfan off of me, which is like immediately not what I want to do. So I just decided to not help Russia here.
Typically, if you want someone to work with you against another power, you need to make appropriate concessions.
Yeah. They were offering me like 2 of Qing's dots, I think, but it's
Probably
just
these 2.
not worth it. Because what happens in this like scenario constantly is that Russia just kills Qing. Ming gets like a few dots out of it, sure, but then Russia just keeps going south.
Yeah, Russia doesn't stop. Russia just keeps going.
Yeah, there's no in between me and them.
And if Ming, Tokugawa, and Russia cut up Qing together, it's quite clear who's in the middle after that, right?
Yeah,
like
it's still Ming. The thing with playing Ming is that you were always in just right in the middle of like
you're the monkey in the middle.
Other people.
Yep.
There's no way to really not be in that spot.
Oh, there are some ways, but I'm not gonna say them because I have ideas.
Like the best way is like probably like killing Tokugawa and like getting into like the ocean like really early on. It's like once I decided I was gonna like ally Qing, like why wouldn't I? They're giving me like a free dot right in the first year for no real work on my end. Like going after Toku is kind of like the natural extension of that.
That is exactly what I thought too when I started going for Korea, I have to say.
Yeah, but Ching wanted the triple between us. I didn't like directly say that I wanted to go after Tokugawa. It was more like, hey, Tokugawa is really scary. We should build fleets just in case Tokugawa tries something. And we should like watch out for that. That's kind of how I approached it. I
Yeah,
don't know if they bought it or not.
I thought that Ching was like super interested in the idea of a triple. I think what happened was like I started the game and you and I both proposed a triple, if I remember correctly. And then to each other, we both said, well, this triple is obviously fake and we're going to kill Ching, right?
Yep, that's what we
And then
did.
Ching just believed every word of it and
It was
went
really
for the
funny.
triple. And, you know, if he wants to walk away from us, that's not really our problem.
I think what ended up happening is that we both wanted to like use Cheese, like coalition the
Yeah.
other one, and because Cheek was like dead set on actually playing the
Doing the
triple
triple.
lines out, we just had to do it.
We just had to 1v1, yeah. It was tough.
Yeah. Other than that, Dutch and Portugal, like early on, like I talked to him like a little bit, just like his sense of what was happening around me. But like Portugal, I was trying to stay friendly with. Dutch, like Astro told me they want to do the Ryukyu Crusher. Love to hear it. I think that's the best play for Tokugawa as well. I played that in my own game with them. I think that's great. I don't think I told Dutch about it.
You definitely
I
should.
might have. I don't quite remember if I told him or not.
As Ming, I do not believe that you have any interest in Japan taking Ryukyu in year one. I think that's basically terrible for you.
I just wanted Dutch
agree.
and Tokugawa to fight each other. Any means.
But like if Tokugawa wins on the spot, then they're not really fighting. It's just like Tokugawa cut his head off and took his army.
True. I've seen some Dutch players like even if they do get the dot taken, they like still build the fleet in
I think I
Formosa.
would.
It's become like a giant pain to Tokugawa's side. It's like I was kind of hoping like use Dutch as like extra fleets against Tokugawa, and then like Ching would have some, and I would have like my fleets, and I could do something there. That was kind of my hope with Dutch this game.
Yeah,
And
I was
then
like very, very friendly with Dutch the whole time. Like I was super afraid of this Formosa build into two fleets thing. Like even if
yeah,
it forced Ryukyu, I think it is a really big problem. Like if they move Ryukyu in spring, and then they're able to retreat out of it to any of these tiles are pretty scary. Okinawa, ECS.
yeah.
And then they build a
Kurashio is
second
probably
one
the
in
worst.
Formosa. Well, but Kurashio, you
Oh
take
yeah, you got the
from
fleet
Kurashio.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like it's just bad no matter what. Like if
It's
they
just
build the
all
fleets, the
scary,
natural
yeah.
extension is just to keep going there.
So my pitch to Dutch was like, look, I will guarantee you a dot in 01. If you go Okinawa, I'll get you Ryukyu or Bonin. If you go Ryukyu, I'll let you have it. But really, I would prefer if you went to either Okinawa or Chantang. And that way, you know, I'm not feeling threatened on a Kyushu Crusher, was my
Yeah.
pitch to Dutch, which they went along with, luckily. So
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone that I was gonna take Pyongyang, so Dutch didn't know I was hitting the
Ching,
two fleets north.
Ching told
So
everyone though.
that might have contributed a bit to it.
Yeah, I was able to convince Dutch that you were clearly going to go Cheontong Estuary, and so they had to bounce you, obviously.
They have to.
They had to.
No choice.
Otherwise, who knows? They could get Formosa dotted. That would be so sad.
Wouldn't that be a shame?
Terrible.
With the Mughals and IU, I was trying to like play them off each other. I didn't go in the game with like wanting ally one over the others, just trying to like play it like who I felt I could work with more. I decided to like go for Bomo and like take that with the Kunming this year. Like it's weird because like, the way the like optimal way to play this is to have Kunming bounce Ava in a spring.
Yeah,
Like you
this,
bounce there, And then you have like Chengdu go to Ringapura or Ringpungpa. That's a weird. Yeah, you have Chengdu go there, and then you support yourself to Bamo in fall. I was kind of the way I want to do it. The only issue with that is like bouncing IU in Ava just makes IU mad, and then if IU's mad, you kind of don't want to stab Muggles
Yeah, stabbing Muggles
because
when you
then
just
it's
pissed
not
off
looking
IU
good.
is a bad idea.
Yeah. So I didn't do that. I decided to bounce Muggles in a Bamo. I don't remember if I arranged that or not with you, Evo.
No, that was a complete stab.
Okay, cool.
It's not a stab to bounce someone out of a
Sounds
dot
right.
and spring all along.
Okay.
It's not a stab.
A move I wasn't aware of until I saw the map. How about that?
There are a lot of
yeah,
those in
I
this
could
game.
do that. Get some
I was not aware of any of
deniability.
these moves before they came through. You didn't stab me.
I'm
God
sure
damn it,
I wasn't-
was
I
fine
wasn't-
with it.
I wasn't informed of this.
I'm sure that would cause no issues in the long-term relationship between me and Muggles.
No.
Totally.
no. So about those Muggles,
Yeah.
evolution. What's your theory for how Muggles work, and why is it wrong?
So this is actually the first patch with the 6.Moogles, and I spent a lot of time looking at this map, trying to figure out what the best way to play it. And I tried to go for like a neutral-ish opening where I wouldn't try to piss anyone off and claim as many dots as possible.
There's exactly
so
one
as-
pillar of that is right. Claim as many dots as possible.
Yes.
You can piss people
Well,
off.
if you piss people off in the process, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what
But
it is.
Gotta break a few eggs.
so Kabul moves to Yarkand. That is almost always a move. Kolkata moves to Bamo. That is also always a move that you pretty much do. And with the other four, I decide Kotek could go for either Andaman Islands or Pegu, or I could do some aggressive strat with England, but I decide not to do the aggressive strat. And Pegu is also weird because if you go for Pegu, then Ayutthaya is in Andaman and Ava, so they're kind of surrounding you on two sides. So I didn't want to go for that. So I decide Andaman is the one I'm going for with Kotek. I decide that the best move with Delhi is to claim the Precore in Ahmedabad. And then Burhanpur goes and bounces Hyderabad so that Portugal isn't there in the spring and gets any ideas. The one move that I was unsure about and that I would need to feel out with press was Sasaram. The two options were go to Gondwana or go to Bhutan. With Gondwana, it solves the issue with bouncing in Hyderabad in the spring and the fall. For anyone who doesn't know, Portugal uses Goa to bounce Hyderabad in the spring and claims Bellari in the fall. And then England moves to Rajmahendri in the spring and bounces Hyderabad in the fall. And then Mughals is very sad, and both Portugal and England get a center. So if I moved Sasaram to Gondwana, that would have countered it. With Bhutan move, it gives me a greater chance to keep Bamo and potentially even support myself into Rinpungpa. So that's my opening analysis of my position.
All right, I'm going to add. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to add to opening analysis in that this is just me, my 2 cents on Mughals, but Sasaram to Gondwana feels clearly better to me because Hyderabad is a much more important center for you than Rinpungpa. Because
Tactically,
this is the key to going anywhere south of it, where Rinpungpa, even if you get it, like let's just say that after year 1, the way it ends is you have an army in Bamo, you have an army in Rinpungpa. Ming is going to have an army in Zaining, and Ming is going to have the option to build armies in Kunming and in Chengdu, and no matter what you do here, you lose Rinpungpa. In fact, you're much more likely to lose like Bama when you're in Rinpungpa, because Ming will be much more inclined to work with Ayutthaya, who will probably have like an army in Ava at least, maybe a fleet in Pegu. That's why I don't think that Rinpungpa is worth going for too much, because you're alienating Ming, but also on top of that, to get that center, you're sacking Hyderabad, which is a really important center. Like I said, you want it. The other thing you
I
can
agree
do,
with that, but
the
also I think though with Mughals in 01, like with the Gondwana move to force Hyderabad, the problem is that you're encouraging the colonials to build armies in 01. And at risk of sounding like Benji, who says this all the time about Mughals, like your main goal really is just to dodge the army builds. If you can dodge the army builds, you can take Hyderabad later. But if they
Maybe,
build,
but
3 armies on you in 01, you're just done.
well,
I
here's
think
the
they're
thing.
likely to do that
I
regardless,
think they
though,
are.
right?
I'm not going to disagree with that part. Yeah.
I also think that there's something to be said here. If it really depends on who's playing Portugal and how
Yes.
effectively you can communicate with them. If Portugal decides not to bounce you in Hyderabad, then this opening immediately is
So much better.
murderous to England.
It's so good.
England dies on the spot with this opening.
Yeah.
On the spot. Effortlessly.
But it's rare that your Portugal is gonna. If you say this to the Portugal, I feel like they rarely are gonna let you get away
Oh
with
no, you
this.
got to tell
Yeah,
Portugal
plus
like
you can
you
have the
you
option of
you
dotting
have
the
to tell
Portuguese core as well.
you have to tell Portugal, either you tell Portugal that this is going this way, or you tell them that Sassuram's coming down, but that you are going to Kandesh to get Surat. You
Or you
don't
tell them that Katak is the. Oh no, that's no good either.
no. Well, you want a double.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Andaman Islands is really good because you can pressure Bay of Bengal later on and tie up another unit.
I don't like the move to there, honestly, because then like Dutch are going to be inclined to attack you. It opens you up to like a lot of different
No, the Dutch
people
are
to
not
attack
inclined to
you.
attack you for Andaman Islands.
They are,
No,
because they're
not
going to
in
be in
this- not in this game because English are
Asa
not-
like
No.
9 times
I mean,
out of
yes,
10,
but
probably.
then it gives you even more leverage on Ayutthaya, because Ayutthaya is always going to want to fight the Dutch in like 9 times out of 10. And if you are a natural ally for them against the Dutch, then it's much better for your chances against the Ming.
Anime is just like too tempting of a dot. It's like a lot of different players. I think that's gonna just get you attacked by somebody you don't want to be attacked
I think
by.
it's true, but you don't really have another option for your dot.
It's
Roger Mahendry is where I would go with the fleet. I think,
you don't need to go to Roger.
or at least I would try for it.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
if you think you
could,
can get
but
Pungpa as well, maybe.
Like
Raj Mahendry only gets stuff if you hard commit like 3 other armies to the south.
I honestly think it's worth it.
you
Like,
have to toss this.
assuming that the bounce happens, like you'd have a Gondwana, and like you'd either sport into Hyderabad or you sport yourself into Raja, but like it still kills England, and it's a lot more. It works pretty much every single time, rather than just like trying to like press Portugal into not doing the
but I think
Hyderabad bounce.
but the side effect is that if you're throwing all 3 units here, you have lost any ability to go to England and be like, "Hey, England, I'm not hostile to you." If you are just
but that's fine.
if you are just throwing the 2 armies down, then what will happen is even like say this is a balance, then you just support yourself in like like so, and you can go to England and say, "England, I want to work with you. Can you please build a fleet or 2?" And I mean, done and done. You have a good shot there. If you're moving,
I don't know.
everything
Unless
down,
England is like completely new, then they know that mules are going to kill them no matter what. I don't see the point of like trying to even convince Britain that you're not going to just kill them on the first chance that.
That's true, but I like the fact that if you go to Andaman, you get +5. And I also think
And the numbers is nicer, but anime is just going to get dotted immediately.
if you get lucky,
you have to think about getting 42 eventually. Like,
if
where
you
is
get-
the 42
if
come
you
from? I
get-
think you need Andaman and Indonesia.
if you get lucky as Mughals, like let's just say you get the right move set out, you can go +6. I mean, that's not out of the question, right?
Yeah, like it's good.
You
It
gotta
is
not
Like
get
plus, like
there.
even like
No,
plus
no, it
4 on Mughals
is not
is
good.
fine.
It is undeniably great.
+6 is awesome if you
+6
get it on
is
Mughals.
amazing.
Yeah.
Every
momentum
single dot that
alone.
you get on Mughals in 01 makes a huge difference because it's extra units you can push into the south.
It's a force multiplier. Because if you can just flood the south with fleets and armies, you will just kill the colonials even if they build all armies. It's like, oh no, you guys have 8 armies. What are you gonna do with them? Huh?
I have 12 units.
Yeah, I have 18.
I don't know. Like the double is good, but the islands isn't worth it. I think I would take a +5 without the islands over a +6 with it. I think I just
You're
don't think it's a
crazy.
dot that you want.
If my plus
You
if my
want
plus
one.
6 with the islands was like Surat, Ahmedabad, like if it didn't have Hyderabad, then I would be with you. But I don't know. I think
Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
So for my opening press,
All right, back to the Mughals player.
it was Sasaram was the one I would have to feel out press for to determine where I would go. At least that was my slightly controversial take. So I knew Enderman on England is a strong player, and I knew Salt on Ming was also a strong player. And I was also told in the beginning by Toku that Ayutthaya was an alliance player. And then I also opened a press chat with Russia, and I believe that Salt and Astro's take was correct. They were very press intensive and slightly maniacal at times, and they really wanted to coalition Safavids. And I was really happy about that because Safavids is a huge threat and they're really hard to kill, and I was happy. And I spoke to Portugal, and they really wanted to bounce Hyderabad. And I spoke to Salt, and he told me he would bounce Ava. But I also get some information from Toku and others that he might bounce Bamo, so I'm unsure. Ultimately, I decided to send Sasaram south to Gondwana, as that is a more reliable opening. The other big thing that happened for me before spring movements was I got into a dispute with Ayutthaya over the Andaman Islands. I told them that they should take Pegu. I take Andaman Islands. We both get a dot. We're both happy. England could take their Precore with Madras. And then the Dutch could have Palembang and Madurai, etc. Ayutthaya had other ideas. Their plan was to take Ava, Pegu, Andaman, and Sambas in the first year and have their pre-core in Aodong as a pocket center. And we got... What's up?
Insane take from them, though. Like,
This is a really easy way to get killed
not.
off the bat.
Yeah.
So eventually we argue back and forth, and like it's like a public thing. Like everyone in Asia knows that we're beefing over the Andaman Islands.
That's a bad sign.
I asked Ayu at the start of the
I
game,
loved
I said,
it.
how are you
It was
feeling about your
amazing.
neighbors? And Ayu said, I hate Mughals. They want Andaman Islands. I said, they want Andaman Islands. That seems
It
valid.
was
He said,
music
no.
to my ears. I loved that.
You know, I'm not gonna
Right.
lie. This insistence of a player on a dot that they are not guaranteed to get really is reminding me of Tasnica. It's like, you need to give me this dot, I want it, and it's like, okay, but like no, because I get
Caracas
it
was
normally.
totally theirs.
Yes, just as Andaman Islands definitely belongs to Ayutthaya.
So I end up sending a message, and I basically just said, Kotek's going to Sikar Coast. I'm going for Andaman Islands. Ayutthaya almost never goes for it because they always go for Pegu. And I say, it's unfair that you're getting a pocket when I'm probably not even going to double. And they end up looking through a bunch of other maps from other games and see that most of the time Andaman does go to Mughals. So they eventually agree to let me have it.
And they had to go study the text to be like,
That's strange.
oh, really?
Maybe this
So-
isn't a good plan. Fine.
No, it's fine. It's the
but
Mughals
yeah.
who are wrong.
Yeah, of course.
That's my pre-spring thoughts. So cool.
All right.
Should we see some moves?
Well, I don't see why not. It only took us 40
Been a
minutes to get to
while.
moves. I mean, this is a really short
It's
amount of
a
time.
it's a record.
Unless you guys have any pre-move thoughts.
Nope.
Any at all?
I kind of forgot what was
Yeah.
happening in South America.
All right,
So
I can give some pre-move. I don't know. It's been so. The problem is that, as you'll see later, right, the Spain and Netherlands, it goes well for me, but then you forget about them. I guess
Yeah.
generally most of my neighbors were just pretty quiet early on. Like, I'll be honest. Mapuche is pretty quiet. Guarani's even quieter than that. Spain is like kind of talkative, but I don't want to fight him or really work with him closely, so it doesn't make much difference. And my memory is completely gone. Who was the Dutch player in this game?
it's a great question.
It
They
was-
subbed out after like 2 years, I think.
Who was it,
So
Astro?
like, their name was Smackmaker.
Okay.
They like.
Oh, I remember manipulating them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they were like really talkative for the first year. They had like a lot of really solid alliances in the first year, and then they just like were totally AFK in the second year and subbed after year 2.
An easy way to die.
Very easy way to die.
All right. Moves. Dibs on starting. I do that thing I talked about. And Gorani does that thing I talked about too. And Mapuche makes the dumbest move you can make in the situation. What?
Oh,
Wait, hello?
they're gonna go for the convoy, aren't they?
But like,
Oh, what is okay?
But why not? No, it's terrible, isn't it?
Surely they're just convoying, but even then it's still bad.
yeah, I don't know why
It's
you
bad
want an
painting.
army over here.
Like an army there doesn't do anything. So
cores.
Oh wow, it cores. I wonder what other unit can also core.
I assume, right?
I wonder if
scary.
there's another type of unit in this game that can core that might be more useful in that area of the world.
No, just the armies.
Possibly.
God.
Oh, and you stabbed them too. That's awesome. Good
Oh,
job.
oh yeah. I do my thing, obviously.
Obviously.
Gorani has agreed to the idea of murdering Mapuche in press. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. I mean, I can double still, and we can, and like, sure, Gorani, wait a second. Yeah, Gorani gets to double too. Gorani gets to commit murder on Mapuche and still double.
Yep, solid.
So no complaints. It's pretty straightforward. Dutch makes some not straightforward moves. I mean, it is straightforward, but typically you go here, so you have flexibility.
Just painting the map.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Poland moves to Barbados. It's not relevant. It's just a thought exercise of what you could do as Poland.
That's crazy. Who would ever want to make that move?
I know, right? And off to Asia we go. All right.
Oh, I'm sure there's one move out of the
Isn't it beautiful?
usual in the spot here.
Isn't it just lovely?
We'll start with the Tokugawa.
I wonder if the viewers can spot it. It's very hard to see.
Well, so I'm just going for my double. Very calm. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'd never attack anyone in 01. I'm really grateful to see Inuit move Sea of Okhotsk, and also Spain not in Philippine Sea is just beautiful.
That's true, actually. Although as Spain typically, if you're able to, you want to move to Philippine Sea, and that way, if Toku opens with the Ryukyu Crusher, you can grab Bonin Islands. I had a decently long not rant, but like elaboration in another one of my videos where it's like, I'm pretty sure Bonin Islands is like super important as Spain to defending yourself.
Oh, totally.
Which,
I think Bonin is like the key piece that you need to get in order to make the Spain-Indonesia colony work. And this Spain didn't feel that way, so, I have no problem with that.
Bonin Islands.
But, yeah, Dutch goes to Chantong, which is just beautiful, isn't it?
That's one word for it.
So I was feeling a bit hypnotized there.
Yeah. So was I in 01, to be honest with you. There was no way I was ever going to go to any dot other than Bonin if I could avoid it.
Oh yeah.
If I got Kyushu Crusher, you have to, but otherwise.
Otherwise, you're chilling.
Yup.
All right. It looks like someone got Inuit to make a pretty dumb opening.
Yeah,
I say dumb opening, but when
Which is amazing.
But when you get Inuit to do this, actually they can still there's still a decent shot they could just do this.
Well, Chinga's gonna die, and me and Toku are definitely going to join that. Just
this looks like
next year,
This looks like a very strong coalition against Ching, except for the fact that literally nobody other than Inuit has opened hostile to Ching.
No, it's totally real. It's going to happen.
But you see, you're taking Pyongyang, which is completely uncontested and proves that you're hostile
Yes,
to Ching.
Pyongyang was definitely
it's the Ching dot, really, right?
attacking Ching.
Yeah.
I was definitely stabbing Ching for that dot, and Ching did definitely not give me that dot. No.
You were expecting them to resist.
Yeah, like the
my
plan
fault
was
they
definitely for me to like support myself there, and that definitely what was a stab. And if you ask anyone, Ching did not give me that dot.
Correct.
And the rumors that Ching was spreading in spring about agreeing this with you, definitely all false.
Totally. The Ching coalition is definitely real.
Yeah. I will say another notable thing that happens on these spring moves is that Salt goes to me and Dutch both and says, "Man, it's so sad that you would play this move, Dutch. I'm really disappointed that I'm gonna have to cover Nanking, but I guess I'll cover Nanking, and it's okay. I'm willing to work with you guys in the future." And me and Dutch talked to each other. We're like, "Bro, he's not covering that, is he?"
I mean,
no
it's
way
something
he's
just
covering that.
gotta say, in case it happens to work the one time.
You gotta try it for sure. But I'm like, I've played enough games. I've seen Salt. I know Salt is not gonna cover his home supply center in 01. There's just no way he's doing that.
No.
So
it's just better to like go for the free dot on the off chance that they don't take it.
Yeah. Because you want to get your maximum builds, and then you can just kick them back out of Nanking later.
Yeah, there are problems with that we'll get into later this game. But that was my thought process as well here. They take it, then I just immediately kick them out, and if they don't take it, and I end up like going back to cover it, then I just look really dumb.
Yep.
And it's just not great. So I decided to just go for the free Korea dots here. I see Dutch move to like Chian Tang, and they claimed it was to bounce me, which like I guess is like kind of like okay, sure. But they immediately tell me that like Toku was the one that like gave them the idea for that. So
turns out there are downsides. Turns out there are downsides to working with players that leak everything at all times. Who knew?
Well, maybe there are.
It's some advice. It's some advice I gave my mentee during the mentor game. It's like, hey, if this player is like, so what happened in that game? We're playing England. France is a leaguer. We tell France something completely unrelated to Europe, and about 5 minutes later, we have Sweden messaging us, "Hey, France told me XYZ." And the moment France did that, I pinged my mentee in the void, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, don't tell France anything you don't want everyone else to know."
Mm-hmm. Russia was the same way in this game.
Yeah,
Russia talked to everyone. They
Russia
had
was
no filter.
Leaky. It was crazy. I mean, the really insane thing is both being a player who will go into the game and say, "I'm gonna coalition 3 or 4 of my neighbors," and also being a huge leaker. Like every single one of Russia's neighbors knew they were coalitioning 4 people. So what is even the point?
Yeah.
Fun.
One thing for my moves that we should talk about is Bomo. I made it a pretty clear anti Mugos play here. It's like it's kind of like who I'm going to work with is pretty obvious from here on out. It's being a Ayutthaya. I've played Ming before in one game. Like the issue, if I take Bomo here, is that Ayu doesn't have any real front line to go attack a Muggles. So I need to like do this in a way to where Ayatai can still like make some clear progress, and where they aren't like, to where they don't have the position to want to stab me with Muggles. Because like as soon as I do this, I know Muggles are going to talk to them and say we should go in a coalition Ming. So I need to like keep offering IU gains against Muggles to like convince them to not switch
So,
here.
Salt, I'm gonna be honest. If I was Ayutthaya in this position, I would be mighty tempted to just default, just do this,
Yeah.
just do it anyways.
No, it happens. I trust IU enough to that they wouldn't do that, but it's definitely one of my concerns going in.
I thought you got really lucky with Portugal as well. The Portugal player, I tried hard to convince him to get IU to go to Donkin in spring.
Yeah,
And
no, I know. Because I was telling me that Portugal was trying to like sell them for
yeah,
that.
IU was the reason it didn't happen, I thought.
Yeah, I got Portugal to support me there actually, so it worked out.
Yeah.
It was an interesting. I think IU and Bono was like was the right play here, because like then they keep going against Bugles. That's what I decided to do. So I support IU up there. I send Kunming south.
Yeah, I thought this was really good. Because also, like, knowing that there's this Ming or there's this Mughal IU tension, like, you can just set them up to fight each other and then, probably go stab Tokugawa, right?
Yeah, like I was always gonna probably dot Bama later, but like I think like me and I agreed to like trade that back to me once they have like some decent progress,
Mm.
and then I can stab Migos from like the north, get like Kabul and like that kind of line in the north. Like I could attack from like the sea, like it would kind of work out. It's kind of the thought process that I had.
I think mostly also like as Ming, you just need to live early,
Yeah,
So whatever
you
you
just
can
need to
do.
not die.
Yeah.
Whatever can be done.
Yeah, that's me.
Back to me. Awesome. So I see these movesets and I'm disappointed in Salt. But I'm also glad that I went to Gondwana, since if I went to Bhutan, then even if I put 2 on Bamo, I could still not get it because there's 3 armies on it and they could still support themselves in. So I'm really glad I went to Gondwana. Around this time, Tokugawa, who is everyone's friend, messages me and talks about how much they want to break up the Ming Ayutthaya alliance.
So rude.
Also, Europe exists, and Russia opened anti-Poland.
Very much.
Yes, I will look at Europe now.
Yes.
That is
So
psychotic.
This is like Russia's like third target for a coalition, I think.
Salt,
Yep.
I think
So-
Russia is behaving just like you, but like way more.
But like bad.
But like no, no,
I-
he's like this Russia is like you in that you go to every single other neighbor and you're like, I want to coalition this person, but this player actually follows through. Yeah.
Well, are you saying that I would tell someone that I'm coalitioning
go
somebody
back to-
and
go-
not,
go and
not
let's look at
do
Qing
it?
again?
That doesn't sound like me at all.
Let's
I'm
go and look at
sorry.
East Asia again.
So the Qing coalition is totally real, guys.
It's gonna happen
gonna
next
happen.
year. It's gonna happen next year.
Yeah. One of
Me
these
and
days.
Salt get along great, and that's why we're gonna kill Qing together.
Totally.
instead of
We
fighting each
definitely
other.
trust the trust between me and Tokugawa is a bond that cannot be
It's never been
broken.
better. It's never been better.
my take.
What's the Palpatine line? My resolve has never been stronger. All right, now evolution.
Personally, I personally am a very private presser. Like I don't tell a lot of plans and start leaking press. But surprisingly, Ching is even more like private than me. Like they don't tell me anything. Our chat is just like empty. There's nothing besides like fake pleasantries in there. But
She
that's
was
just me.
awesome.
Yeah, Ching was
Um,
really great. I had a great
but
time with him. He was super quiet.
Russia opened anti-Poland, and my analysis was that they would be pro-Ottomans and thus anti-Safavids and thus pro-me.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
That's a lot of
Yeah.
steps.
Um,
I
but
played
it,
Rush of War. That's just how it goes.
yeah. So I don't know why I even did this. This was a weird play. I told Salt like right at the beginning of this phase, oh, I'm tapping Turfan and Xing won't get Karakrom from Russia. I don't know why I did that, but that's something I did. And I told Russia that too.
There was like
Uh,
intense negotiations this phase, actually, I'm remembering.
Yeah,
I
like
told Russia.
Turfon, I knew was probably gonna get sniped, so I made a plan with Gene to like where I would support them to Karakorum, the Russian one, and like because I knew Mughals were gonna tap me, I knew that if Gene tapped the Russian unit there, then there's no risk to me getting kicked out.
Good.
But anyway, I told Russia that too, and everyone immediately knew because they leaked it to everyone.
It's classic Russia.
So the other thing that happens, the South is pretty normal, like Portugal, England. I'm going for Andaman. That's all normal. In Yarkand and Uzgen, I'm told by Safavids that they're going for Uzgen, as they do. They support themselves to Uzgen from Hizar. And then, like, the adjudication is at like 8 a.m. for me. So I wake up like an hour before the deadline and I have a message from Russia and they're saying, oh, by the way, Salt is supporting Hisar to Yarkand. And I also offered Safavids the same support. Like Russia says that they offered Safavids that support too, which is just such a thing to tell me. I'm like,
Hey, by the
Russia just told
way,
me like, oh yeah, I joined a coalition against you.
Oops, sorry.
But again, Russia was pro me because they were anti-Poland. So we made this weird pact where I would tap Turfan and they would also tap Turfan. So no matter who Salt supported, they wouldn't get in. And we'll see how that plays out in the fall. And I'm also unhappy to see those moves in Muscat. I want Portugal and Safavids to fight, but they're not. So that kind of blows, but
Yeah, these
that's
are
about it.
super only Muscat moves. This is also the first wave after this sort of Keshem Riyadh change, right? So before that, you couldn't do this Safavid.
I would like to propose what you do as Safavids if you know Portugal's not going straight up from us.
You
Yep.
move there. Yep.
And I've
Just
seen
crush
this.
them.
Okay, so I played a Portugal game and I tried to pitch this opening to Safavids. And at first, Safavids said, "Well, let's just bounce straight up Hormuz." And I said, "Great, we'll just bounce straight up Hormuz. But I think you should maybe look at this other opening. You can get Riyadh in 01. It's really great." And then Safavid, of course, like 10 hours before moves, they come back to me. They're like, "Oh, maybe I will do this Riyadh opening. Maybe this Riyadh opening is going to be great, actually." I'm like, "Okay, great. Let's do the Riyadh opening." And then they moved straight up Hormuz on me and ate my colony. So
Yep.
In the
Yeah.
game that I'm playing right now, the exact same thing just happened.
Yeah.
It happens
I've
so
seen it in like
often.
3 games this way if this happened. Where
It's
they
brutal
open
for
to hook and
Portugal.
Hormuz.
Because like even if you go to straight for moves, like Slavies can just deny you the other dot.
Totally. Although, yeah.
It
Safavids
just
is just so
sucks.
advantaged in this region now.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
painful.
You just have to ally them.
But luckily, it's not my problem. Because I have other pain.
I think
What's
that's
your
all from
pain?
me though.
We've interrupted the Migos a lot, haven't we?
It is a pretty
Yes,
interesting
I
area to
don't
talk
get any
about.
time.
All right.
All the changes.
Well, then onwards we go. Unless, let's see, anything interesting? Spain, that's a dumb move.
I've seen worse. Do you remember? You know Blitz, right? Where they did the other
But
thing.
they started with this, which is better because you have plausible deniability.
Still, that's fair actually.
This is
Navarre
just-
We
is
don't
just
talk
this-
about
worse.
that Blitz game.
This is just like, hey, France, fuck you, eat shit.
Yeah,
Where like, I mean,
what Blitz game are we talking about, guys?
it was the last Blitz where France moved
That's
army
really
No, Spain-
crazy.
Barcelona.
Spain,
Oh yeah,
Spain moved to Aquitaine in like
Yeah.
01, right?
yeah, and
Yeah,
it was,
and
Yeah,
guess
that's
what
really
the
weird.
army did the entire game?
Well, who was playing Spain in the New World? I wonder. Like the New World Spain
Fire
wonder-
must have been a real
No,
bench. Must
no,
have been a real bench.
No,
That
is it not
was-
fire?
Old
That
world
was
Spain,
Astro.
though. Old world Spain, real.
Oh right, right, yeah.
we had a good time.
Yeah,
I just remember dealing with Fairy just constantly pinging her to go away.
Yeah, like that was,
Leave me alone.
always. I look at the old world channels and everyone's so pissed at Fairy, and then I go back to the New World and it's just like la di da.
I'm just glad, I'm glad that terrible Europe start, not really your fault, Saul, because that was awful by Spain, was offset by the Caribbean just being so great.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, your Caribbean
Oh.
position was absurd. Anyway,
Yeah, it was beautiful. You gotta go, but if you want to hear
I
any
would
more about it, you
trade-
gotta go watch the video about it, because we have one of
yep. Go
those.
root for France.
Vive la
Don't root for
France!
Spain. I recommend.
Root for France.
It doesn't end well.
Fall moves. So you might notice something about fall moves.
I'm sure that was arranged.
Yeah. So
That's
I
not
blow
good.
all this capital and all this trust, and Gorvani's like, you know what I want to do? I don't want to take out the one of the powers surrounding me to give myself a much more defensible position when Portugal inevitably attacks me. I don't want to have an ally who has other expansion routes other than my centers. I want to be stupid. And so that's what we get. I cannot emphasize enough just how bad of a decision this is as Guarani. Because the big strategic concern as Guarani always, this border is secure. You're not really going to be hit from Aymara very often at all. Just by nature of the shape of the border, Aymara has to really try to get in here to get an attack on you. And you still will typically have 2 units here to defend this center and prevent anything from coming in. But
Yeah.
Mapuche always wants to attack you, and they will always have the ability to do it. Because they naturally get a fleet in the Falklands, and then they will pop fleet up here, they will pop fleet here, and they will pull armies in onto your border, and they will crush you along with Portugal, and you will, if you do not die, you will be locked in prison, be locked in solitary confinement for the rest of your life. So you have to solve either the Mapuche problem or the Portugal problem as soon as possible. This is the worst thing you can do if your goal is to not be put in solitary confinement and leashed like a pit bull.
Yep. Which is the classic Guarani problem.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you
gotta
don't even get any
break out.
dots out of this
That was-
because Aymar just support themselves everywhere that matters.
I will in the next year. But like this makes no sense to me because this is a huge part of why I open this way as Aymara, is because this opening is the entire idea of this opening is that is that by doing this, I entice Guarani into attacking Mapuche with me and get a good ally. And they have no reason not to do it. That's like a huge part of this opening, is that the only thing that makes sense from Guarani in this position, while I am clearly committed to the attack, is to join me. Because this is a zero, there's no risk. There's no risk to Guarani doing that tap. Because at worst case scenario, you're going to Mapuche afterwards, and you're like, sorry, Aymara pitched me on this. It'll be very obvious I pitched him on it, by the way. This is not something... this is something I'm known for. Like, to go and just try to kill someone year one. So it's very believable. And B, I made the first move. So even if I didn't have this reputation, it's easier to sell that I'm the one who pitched it to Guarani. But no. No, we can't do that. Because if there's anything I've learned in diplomacy, it's that players in this area of the world have a tendency to ruin my games.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds about right, I think.
And I'm about to start killing everyone who's in this area of the world at all times.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
And this is like a really big inflection point in the game for me, because I had the full setup for the kill shot and for the even partition right along here of Mapuche, and for this really strong alliance between me and Guarani to just push north and win. And it's just blown up by an idiot for no
They would
reason.
have gotten the dot too. They went for
Yes.
Haitian.
There's no downside to doing this, because even if you don't get Mapuche's dot, you just keep Buenos Aires. I mean, I guess
You
the downside
always
is
cost
they build it.
Mapuche a dot here, right?
Yeah,
Either they
yes.
cover or you get their dot.
Yes. And I was rereading The Void after the game, and part of the reason Guarani didn't do this was because they really didn't. Guarani apparently was worried that I would get to double in this plan and that they would not. Now, I am not sure if you guys are
How could they
capable of.
not?
I'm not sure if you guys are capable of counting to 4, but I can demonstrate it. 1, 2, 3,
They does not see it.
4.
That's crazy.
Huh. And then impressed,
Like-
by the way, Guarani told me that apparently he thought controlling Chiquitano for him was really important. But it's only important if you want to kill me. So, like, fuck off.
Wait, was this blue or did blue sub in later?
Blue subbed in
subs in
later. This
later.
was some, like,
other person.
Mutanzo or something.
Mutanzino.
Mutanzino. Some idiot.
Don't you love it when somebody
I never-
attacks you in like year 1, then subs out later? That's not foreshadowing at all.
That would be messed up if somebody did that.
I
That's
am
not
really-
foreshadowing.
I would really look forward to playing with Mutanzino as a neighbor again, not because I think that he's a good ally to work with, but that because this play is so bad that I would just kill him off the bat. Even in an unfavorable position to kill him like this as Aymara, I would still kill him for this easily. No issue.
Yeah.
But yes, this was very frustrating because that was going to be perfect for both of us. We were going to get nice corner positions. And instead, we got nothing. Nothing ever happens, guys. That's the lesson. Yep,
Makes sense.
Up here, France decides to spite Netherlands, which is pretty good for me because that means the Dutch are going to be weak and they are going to be malleable. And I am happy about that. Also, the French, I think the French were like crazy in this game. This is a memory that just popped up now. I should have mentioned it earlier, but I hadn't remembered. Didn't France like propose some insane coalition against Spain to everybody on the board in this game?
Oh yeah,
Like-
they totally did. I
like-
remember that.
Like, I remember because France demanded Corsica from Spain and said,
Oh, yeah.
either you give me
Yeah.
Corsica or it's going to be war. And Spain was like, haha, no, funny joke. And
I do remember that.
I
It
told,
spread everywhere.
well, don't worry, because I told France, sure, buddy, I'll do it, just to get him to try to keep doing this. Now, I was never attacking Spain in 01, as you can see, but but it was pretty good. It was pretty funny.
No,
to
like
tell France
France went to me as me and told me that I need to get fleets out as fast as I possibly could so I could attack Spain. And I'm just like, okay, sure. Like, I'll see you like 5 years. And we can
This is the
talk about
same
it.
vibes as me pressing France 7 years down the line. Hey, can you please stop this English solo for me? Can you please go full English?
Well, there's only one player in this game capable of stopping solos. That's called foreshadowing.
This was a very volatile colonial game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a lot going on here in Asia.
Yeah, so this was a really weird first turn, like this 01 in Asia.
So I'm going to interrupt. I have to say something. The Dutch historically in Asia were known for being traders. That's how they got people into Japan and China and Indonesia. They were really good at trade. And let me just say, this is the best trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever.
I
Dutch-
was so mad at this.
Next year.
Especially
The-
when Tug didn't even do the Riku
The
Crusher.
Dutch got Nanking and Shanghai. We get lots of land in China, and they just give it to us for free.
I was so mad when I saw
Like,
this map. It was so bad. It's
I
like
just
this like
glanced over and I was
this
like, "Oh, Salt's having a bad
sucks.
time."
Yeah. It's like everything else this turn went exactly right for me. But Dutch and Nanking means that like I need Chengdu to be I like my builds are kind of locked. Like I can't do the army in a Peking like I initially wanted to like go after Qing.
You
Chengdu's
had to cover Nanking here. I'm not gonna lie to you. You had to cover it.
yeah, no. In hindsight, definitely. Like I just needed
Really?
to.
I thought you're never supposed to cover Nanking here
No,
because
you
now
are.
you build.
So the difference here is if the only factor in the equation is like the dot count, right? So the gamble, if it's only dot count, is always going to be that you want to not cover your dot and go for the other one on the off chance that person doesn't go for it. But in this
It's the
situation,
position though. It's the position.
yeah, in this situation, you need Nanking not to have a hostile unit in it because as Salt was just explaining, with a Dutch fleet here, the actions of Beijing and Chengdu are taken up for for spring of the next year, and that is a crippling weakness for any move you can make because now you can't attack Mughals, you can't attack Ayutthaya, you can't attack Qing. You just have to focus this entire year on digging the Dutch out of Nanking. That's why
The
you
thing
cover that
is,
center.
True. It's true,
it's
but also
so
this
much worse
allows you-
than just that. If it was only that, then it might have been fine. But the thing is, Dutch has now been shown that they can get like progress off of me. If I had bounced him out,
Yep.
then Dutch can like move away from me and do something else. Now they have something to actually lose if they go away. So I can't convince Dutch to like not commit to this. I can't convince them to just go away and like do anything else. They now have something to actually lose. They're going to be that much more committed to whatever this is. Like even that they're guaranteed to lose the dot against me. There's no way that they can keep this dot. They're still going to attack me because they already have a position up there.
Yeah.
They've already given up
Okay, you've
Ryukyu to do
convinced me that
this.
you are supposed to cover because also like now Dutch looks at this position and they say, ah yes, my 2 dot colony in Formosa and Nanking,
Yeah,
right? Whereas
Dutch are locked into
for sure.
war with
Also like
me at least.
it made my relations with Dutch so good because I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure Salt won't cover. You can totally do it. And then they do it and get in, and I'm like, yeah, see, I told you, like, you know.
And if I had balance, I could just say to Dutch, "Oh, Toku told me that you're
Toku's
gonna go for
that
this," and I
nasty
could like
liar. Yeah,
mess with
totally.
it.
Totally.
It just it gives Dutch momentum and cause to keep harassing me this entire game, and it ties up units that I could have used against to help me with like IU or the Mughals or whatever I want to do there. It means I can't stab Qing. It messes up so many different plans I had.
Yeah, I was so fortunate to get this opening for sure.
Yes.
Because also, like, I don't know if you're gonna build 2 fleets necessarily, but if you do build 2 fleets, it's terrifying.
No,
for
that
me.
was I was definitely gonna build fleet Nanking
Fleet
if I
Nanking,
had
for
it.
sure, for sure.
So just like I think Peking was going to be the army build if they didn't do this.
Yeah, because
It
you
was
can
like
kill
I
Qing
see
here,
this
I think.
move.
You can
Yeah, like this is what like cements that there's a Toku Dutch alliance in my mind because Toku doesn't go for the Ryukyu Crusher and Dutch go after me. It's like I need to like defend this.
Yeah.
And like Toku's still saying like all the right things. Like if I were a new player, I wouldn't see this coming at all. But I've been around the block a few times. So I
Dutch
kind of
told you too, SMH.
Dutch suck. Like
I knew you would know, but
Well,
I
the
still
thing was-
had to tell you, you know. Oh,
the
Dutch,
thing
they went
was, like-
Nanking. It's so sad.
it was really funny because like Dutch told me that you told them that they were going to bounce, and like I saw it, and then like 30 seconds later they deleted the message and sent a new one that somebody told them that they were going for it.
You know what? Dutch? You're not so bad. No, I loved the first Dutch, to be honest. Just that they went AFK in the second year.
They
you know? So,
slipped, but even then, like this, if they even if they hadn't said anything, this set alone would like tell me that like Toki was definitely allied to
oh,
Dutch,
for sure.
because Dutch don't do this move without like clear assurances that Tokugawa was not going to like go after them here.
But like, it's just so sad because honestly, I wouldn't like. Oh, I guess I won't spoil. We'll talk about it later. But like,
you gotta
it's just-
gotta expose everything. That's the key.
well, it's just a shame that Dutch went AFK in 02, right? Because I end up attacking them in 02, and then, you know, if they'd still been around pressing, I was super interested in a plan where I try to get them into Nanking and Peking, and they, you know, like they can core those. That can be a legitimate new colony. It's really hard dots, honestly, for Toku to hold, but it's a great place to have a small colony. Lots of growth there.
Yeah, like it's very good. It's very good if you can get it off, which you're
Yeah.
on track to.
We could have.
happen.
Yeah, we totally could have. In 02, if they just keep those units, like they had the Peking and Shantung fleets, if they'd kept those, they could have had the colony. But
Yeah.
it didn't turn out that way.
No, I just wasn't happy with Dutch this game
It's
for whatever
understandable,
reason.
to be honest.
Let me
I was a little
see.
sad to see Inuit and Qing not bouncing in Sakhalin, I have to say. But not too surprised by
The
that.
anti-Qing coalition is totally real.
Totally dissolved by now. What's going on in Central Asia? though?
I, for one, was very happy with the Dutch player, though,
Because they went Madurai, or?
because they dotted Seoul.
It was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. I agree, Astro.
Yeah, Turf 5, we might want to talk about that one too.
For sure. This was crazy.
I was
remember
talking to Safavids for a while, trying to like get them
you
to
were
stab
you
you.
were in Safavid's head this turn, bro.
Safi were like one of my best friends, I think,
Me
at this
too.
point.
Me too. I think Safavid was definitely my closest ally this game.
Yeah.
They made a mistake though, because since Russia stabbed, the army in Hisar could have gotten a dot in Uzgen or Bukhara, but it just didn't get anything. So they like self-dotted by stabbing me.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
didn't
Russia.
get
Well,
anything
I kind of
either.
had a feeling that this wouldn't work. So I thought Russia was gonna like support UN, and if that happened, just wouldn't. Well, no, it would have worked if that happened because G
Well,
would
so
have tapped
somebody leaked to Russia. I don't know who this could have been. Somebody leaked to Russia that maybe they were going to get tapped by Orgu. And so then Russia should
evil.
really not bother throwing a support. They should probably just tap. And then I think maybe I tried to organize with I tried to organize this with Safavid and Mughal in a way where you would lose Turfan, but it clearly didn't work.
Yeah,
Safavid
I
was on
was.
your side because they were anti-Mughal. So I remember there's a lot of tension between me and Safavid in the early game because I always wanted to kill Ming and they always wanted to kill Mughal, and you guys were enemies. So that was rough. But then when you allied, it made life really easy.
Yeah, I think like the primary reason I wanted like I did want Safi to stab Mughals, but like the reason I talked into doing this and like Qing into tapping Russia was just so I wouldn't lose Turfan. That's like my main concern with all of this.
Understandably so.
Yeah. I mean, Russia was really bad that I was there at all because I told them that I wouldn't do it. And Mughals is mad at me for other obvious reasons.
But the end result of all this is
nothing happened.
So,
yeah. Safavids.
The other key takeaway is that every single move on the entire board, Astro has some sort of involvement ever in it. Like even in Europe, even in Africa, Astro like knows about it already.
I think Astro did more press than anyone else.
He did. I'm going to say that some of Astro's involvement is the reason that he did not end up soloing early in this game. You'll see.
Really?
Yes. Yes. I will
Okay.
see if I remember at the time, because I remember right
We're
now
talking
what
about the
vaguely.
word cold here.
The whole leaking thing that you did in South America.
Oh, yeah.
That-
Okay. We'll
yeah,
we'll get
that-
to that. We'll get to that. That pissed you off? Yeah. That's
Oh,
fair.
yes,
That's
a
fair.
lot.
That was bad.
Significantly.
That was bad.
South Asia.
I definitely had a yeah. The South America and North America relations were weird, but
But we're on
kind
South
of not
Asia.
something. Yeah, kind of not
So
something for a one.
I didn't get Bamo this phase, so I'm only +4. I have Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Andaman Islands, and Yarkand. So I'm sad about that. But plus
I was
4
happy.
is okay. +4 is acceptable.
Sorry, keep going.
Well, you lost Nanking, so I mean,
True.
who's really losing here, Salt? Come on.
Me. It's definitely me. That's completely fair.
And then England tried to be sneaky and bounce me in Hyderabad because Enderman didn't want a big Mughals.
Understandable.
So I'm going to propose something you should have done here. And this is a big risk. I don't know if it's the best move, but
Backfill.
like this.
Oh, it's pretty beautiful.
That would have been a beautiful move.
It's
Yeah.
pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting bounced. Although honestly, like maybe you can't do this with the Gondwana move because Raja might not bounce you with the Gondwana move.
Well, it's a risk. The read is that
could
you think that
coordinate a
England's
bounce.
trying to do this.
Yeah.
I might have done this in this position. But, I'm kind of
It'd
crazy.
be pretty nice. Definitely, I think that's good for Colonial into Hyderabad and fall if you can.
I
If you're
mean,
not-
it's better positioning, but you kind of just want to take the guaranteed dot. But it is beautiful if it works out, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Like both ways to go about it, I think, are pretty good.
And then the other thing to note is England is in ACEH. They got into their pre-core, which means Andaman Islands is very
Vulnerable.
exposed.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also, like with more people around Andaman, do you not think that makes you safer? Like if Dutch were in Aceh and Palembang, you feel better about that than this situation?
Well, England builds Madras and then they have 2 on Andaman. Versus like if the Dutch and the English are on both sides, then that's even more people around it.
But typically Dutch and
as
English
well is
fight.
gonna want
so.
it. Yeah, I don't know. Like the extra build is nice, but like if I were me, I wouldn't try to keep this at all. I don't know how you were thinking about it though.
Oh,
Thoughts?
Ayutthaya was 100% demanding it year 2. They did not want me there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if they give you Bamo, then you'd be inclined to agree.
Yeah. But some other stuff happens at the beginning of year 2 that kind of upsets the whole thing. I don't know if you want to talk about that now, Salt, or
We do that after winter, I think. But yeah, it's
it has an
definitely.
impact on winter builds, I think.
Oh, does it? Okay, then yeah, we can go over it now. It's been a while for me.
Or maybe it's better that we discuss it when we see it so that we could show it.
I've already mentioned it. Let's just talk about it now.
Okay.
Might as well.
So Salt and Ayutthaya proposed that we make a triple, an East Asian triple between Mughals, Ming, and Ayutthaya. And my understanding from Salt is that part of this is he wants Ayutthaya to build 3 fleets and 1 army, because those are very favorable builds to Salt.
Both of you.
So oh yes, yeah, you're right. But so we draw up all these maps. Ayutthaya goes into Indonesia, Ming goes into Tokugawa, I go west. And then Salt also messages me and he says, So do you actually want to do this, or do you just want to stab out your thigh?
So I just put some quick. I give some quick context here. I've given up a Bomo to like make this happen, make this Alliance versus Bugles a thing. So I've given them a dot to like make sure that they want to keep stabbing Bugles. And then right after this stab goes off, like I've got them like
In the palm of your hand. They will
wanting
listen to you
more.
forever, by the way. They would never have stabbed you. I'm trying
Yeah,
to get
I
them to
had
stab
them
you, and they're like,
wanting.
nope, Salt's the best. Salt's my closest ally ever.
Yeah, I
He'd
was
never
feeling
betray
really,
me.
really good about them until this happened. Like we already had like splits of the dots we wanted. We had like supports like drawn up for like spring. We were
Until what happened?
locked in
They didn't do
against the
anything, Salt.
Beagles.
They didn't do anything to you.
They totally did. I gave them bomb mode to like keep this alliance going, make sure that it would last a while, and then Dutch attacked them. Like they were worried about Dutch and Britain attacking them, I think, which like was kind of
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
But that caused them to say, okay, why don't we just triple between us and the Beagles? And I hated that idea
It was
so much.
IU who wanted to triple. Oh.
I hated that
okay.
idea. I
Yeah.
hated it so much.
You hate triples.
Well, I'm fine with triples. Like with I'm fine with triples if I don't care about the region. Like between the triple with like you and Qing, I was fine with it because just wasn't expanding. I wasn't planning to
Yeah.
expand north all that much. But I can't have two different triples going on because then where do I go?
You attack
Like,
Russia. Attack Russia.
If I'm playing both of these and like I just don't do anything the entire game.
No, but what about the Dutch and the English alliance? Salt?
It's not my problem. Like,
So the
so my
oh
no, it's like my thought process here was that if like I clearly wanted this triple, so I didn't think I could talk them into not doing it, so I decided, well, that's that. Let's just kill them. It was
yes.
so bad.
Like Thaya will like sometimes make arbitrary demands. So I guess that was one of them. But they were also very unhappy with how the fall moves went. They wanted England to bounce me in Andaman, and they wanted me to lose Yarkand and for me to go +2. So when that didn't work out, they were very upset. And that led into it. But we'll see what happens with that triple later on.
I'm sure that was music to your ears. You heard that.
Yes, I have a
Like,
Ming
come on.
juggernaut coming for me, and then it
I
just
was so
disintegrates.
mad. Like I've invested so much into making this war between Itaya and a view and thing. It just it works, and then immediately just like is gone, erased, like for no reason too. Like, come on, man.
Okay,
Builds.
I think that's all from me.
Well, I only went +3 because of this idiot, so I built 2 armies and 1 fleet, which is just natural pretty much. I'm going to need the fleet to defend myself from Mapuche because I don't think he's going to be very happy with me.
Did you talk with Spain at all about builds?
Yeah, like this is agreed upon, basically. I just don't want them building
Okay.
a bunch of armies. And they're happy to oblige me. Because they're building their armies up here.
Yep.
But they don't have to worry about that. That's not my problem.
Makes sense.
Mapuche builds hostile to me, obviously. Guarani builds a bunch of units that don't matter because he's stuck in the box and will never get out. He had 1 chance and didn't take it. That's foreshadowing. The Dutch build 2 fleets, which makes me want to kill them because they're not useful when they only have 2 fleets. I mean, they have this army, but this army doesn't matter. Too far away. And that's it for me. You guys have builds.
Yeah.
I built purely for spite here. the fleet in Peking is kind of interesting to talk about. Toku really wanted me to build a army there, if I remember,
Probably.
for obvious reasons. I think for like anti-Qing, right?
I mean, honestly, I don't remember. Probably, yeah. I mean, a fleet is
I was
useless
like,
against the Qing, right?
that's
But
just the line that you
for
gave. I don't
me,
know how real it was.
well, I just at this point in the game, I think my thought process was like, okay, clearly Dutch is an ally,
Mhm.
and if I see these two fleets in Korea, where are they going? They have to
Yeah.
go Yellow Sea. There's nothing you're going to do next year except go Yellow Sea with those fleets. And Yellow Sea is scary to me. I would much rather we like figure out how to DMZ Yellow Sea or perma bounce there is really what I wanted. And if you're building a third fleet into Yellow Sea here, I'm like, clearly you're not looking to DMZ or permanent bounce it, right? So that felt pretty threatening to me. I was already feeling pretty threatened by, Salt, my neighbor, with 2/3 of Korea. And then you built the third fleet. I was like, I guess
I'm
it's
pretty
war.
sure I told you I was building this. I was like kind of like out of
Yeah,
spite, somewhat.
I think you told me for sure.
At this point, I'm like 99% sure that you are like telling Dutch like what to do and just like feeding them
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah.
So I never go into like, oh, I can't stab Chien because I need to build a fleet because Dutch did this
On
thing
Dutch,
that
yeah.
we never saw coming.
I
So
remember this,
I have to build the fleet because I need 3 fleets to fight the Dutch. So sorry.
yeah. I mean, you do need 3 fleets, but also
There are consequences to your actions, Astro.
there are indeed.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if the Toku Dutch alliance, there's just no way I'm not building a fleet to like
You totally had to
defend
build a
this.
fleet here.
And like the other
100%.
builds they have to be armies. It doesn't really matter too much.
Yep. And then for my part, it's like I'm Tokugawa, build fleets.
You have a
There's
fleet?
an argument to be made for armies in
Oh,
01,
There's a fleet?
but
I would do
not a
like at
good-
least one, I think, just like convoy it over, but it's not like necessary at all.
Well, so my problem with it in 01 is that you can't
fleet?
convoy over.
You can do like a fall one.
It's a fleet.
That's a fleet. They do
Wow.
all
You
look
like set up
fleet.
like convoy to like Korea or like Hai Shinwei if you have
It's
a fleet
possible,
in
but
the Ainu.
yeah, I think usually safer to build the army in 02. I'm gonna end
You-
up skipping army in
here-
02 as well.
That's
I'm-
Here
fair.
you want 4 fleets, and here's why. It's because Osaka, you need to go here. You want Edo there and Aomori there against Inuit, and
I don't
having
want
an
some
army
NPO too, though.
and having an army in Kyoto is bad because all you're doing is like making these two hate you.
We're definitely
Totally agree with you.
Coalition
And Kyoto
Qing,
can
right?
go OPC or Tsushima, or in this case, I think it goes Kyushu and then forces Yellow Sea in fall, which is really nice.
Yeah,
Fleets
we're
are just
definitely gonna
great.
like keep going after
Oh yeah, we're gonna
going after
coalition
Qing
Qing.
here.
Like we're
It's gonna
definitely
happen.
coalition Qing.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
Yep.
Well, before
And
we
Qing,
get to
Qing
that,
is speaking to me about how he loves Ming as well. By the way, how Ming is his best friend.
I talked Qing into building the fleet on Hai Shinwei.
Yeah, I think I was okay with this as long as it wasn't 2.
all right,
I'll
Wiggles,
try to make it
evolution.
4 builds. One of my home centers is occupied. Delhi is the no build because it only really attacks Safavids, and Safavids is getting attacked by Ottomans in Russia. 3 armies, 1 fleet to diversify my builds. Pretty simple.
I have
and
to
then
say,
Ayutthaya.
I was going to say, oh wow, I just, I have to say, it's surprising that the fleet from Portugal's in Goa and the army is in Cochin. That's backwards.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they said they wanted to go for Surat.
Builds.
They said they wanted to go
Said
for
they wanted
They
to
just
Surat?
told you that.
Or they wanted to go for that neutral.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, you tell them
So-
yes and then you take it yourself.
Well, we'll see what they do. But and then Ayutthaya does the promise that they made to the triple, and they build 1 army. Yeah.
Yep, 2 armies here. I wonder what happens.
Only good things. On that note, hey, remember how I said I was gonna like manipulate Netherlands and kill them with Spain? Yeah. I did press with Portugal.
As you should.
Yeah. So Portugal was friendly to me because, as it turns out, shocker, Portugal typically wants to attack Guarani. I mean, I don't know who could have seen this one coming, but yeah, that's what happens.
Maybe if Guarani had removed a threat to the south, they might be a little safer.
No, you're crazy. Maybe, and here's a side effect. Maybe if Guarani had allied with Aymara, then Aymara would have had an army here and would have been able to take Nokugo and then start pressuring Portugal from this direction. Oh my god, all these things you can
No.
all these things you could do if you
Far-fetched ideas
worked
here.
with Aymara. Yeah, I do a crazy move with Huarpe because my two options are either there or there. Got to pick one and try to bounce it basically because then in fall, what the hell? No, never mind. I didn't even move like that. There's like some line where in fall, if I guess correctly, I can have 3 on it where he has 2, but I don't really get that. Partially because I'm trying to make peace with Mapuche here because I have a much lower opinion of Guarani than Mapuche because Mapuche has a brain, I think, maybe, and Guarani definitely doesn't. So that's the
Yeah,
extent of my
and-
thinking.
Did Spain stab you here?
Not really. I mean, kind of. I sell it to stab the Netherlands in press to try to get them to help me do stuff.
Wouldn't
Gotcha.
Huito go to Huitoto instead of right next to you?
Yes, but like I
Would
don't.
be fun.
But if it was a full stab, then that, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't.
This looks like they're trying to set to like dot you and fall,
And
but
like,
I don't
this
know.
Spain
But they don't
built
have a
a ton
line.
of Pacific fleets as well.
They just don't have a line for it, so I'm not too worried about it at this point.
Well, Axura is pretty.
Well, I
open.
just cover it because I can't keep Huarpe anyways. So I
True.
just-
Yeah.
oh,
Okay, I
just
can see it.
cut a hole in it. Yeah. That's South America for you. And then, oh yeah, by the way, Mapuche coring. I wonder what would happen to Guarani if Mapuche was able to build a fleet in the Falklands. I wonder if that might be bad for them.
Nah, that's probably fine.
Yeah, there's
You
nothing
don't have to
bad.
worry.
Nothing bad will happen
I don't
there.
think Mapuche is gonna get builds all game long, so
Oh, they get 1
at some point they do.
and
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
All right, Asia. Who wants to start?
I can start. So my first thing was that there was this. I was allied with Qing, and the agreement with Qing is I'm gonna just send one fleet to Tsugaru Strait. They're gonna go Strait of Tartary, and I'm gonna get Ainu in fall.
Yep.
And obviously Qing and Inuit, they're worst of enemies. Therefore, in order to keep yourself safe, Qing, really, I think you need to bounce Sea of Okhotsk in spring. I think that would be really safe for Qing and Inuit to do, which they do, luckily. And
Do.
what that means for me is that I'm safe. What that means for me is that I'm safe to core Koyaks in O2, which was really, really lovely to hear about this Sea of Okhotsk move. Because otherwise, Inuit was thinking about moving Kurils. I was supposed to bounce them in Kurils. And instead, I'm just allowed to core. It was great.
The fact that Inuit does this moveset against Russia instead of taking Koryaks is crazy to me. As Inuit, you cannot allow
Inuit needs
Tokugawa.
Koryaks
You
too.
cannot allow Tokugawa to be in this center.
Well,
this is
I think
inexcusable.
they really had to build 2 fleets, I thought.
They built
Like,
an
I
arc.
think they needed Carrick's West
Oh,
Coast
you mean
for
that,
sure.
okay. Like what they
Yeah,
did.
to get
Yeah.
a Sea of Okhotsk. Like they need to connect to the dot they have
Yeah,
near
for sure.
you to like the
if you
rest
build
of
Carrick's
their.
West Coast, like, okay, this line also gives up Koyaks, right? But if you
Mhm.
build Carrick's West Coast and then play Ainu supports Carrick's to Sea of Okhotsk, I think you're in a good position there. Like, you're not going to lose Ainu probably, I guess in this case.
You need
you
a
lose Ainu
fleet there
anyway,
to like control the
Yeah.
general area at
For sure.
least.
in order to actually hold on to your dots there. I think Inuit should always build Carrick's West Coast in 01.
Yeah.
But in this case, they don't, and I get to core Koyaks for it, so that's awesome. And then, the other moves are pretty standard. Edo to NPO, I think. Osaka to Kuroshio. I'm organizing to take Ryukyu in fall, which is agreed with Dutch because I'm going to help them against Ming, of course.
And I'm
And
sure that
then I
moving
do
this
hope-
fleet here is very favorably viewed by
Yeah,
the
no, they
Dutch.
won't go
Oh, yeah.
for
Well,
Formosa, I'm sure.
it's just because Philippine Sea is DMZ'd. I'm preparing to stab Spain,
Of
but
course.
you know. Anyway, I was really expecting Dutch to bounce in Yellow Sea here, not make it in. But great. I was just really concerned with keeping Salt out of Yellow Sea, but obviously it was a happy surprise to see Dutch end up there.
I can speak a little more to that whenever you're done.
Yeah, that's it for me.
So, talking to everyone in my east, like what east of like Ayutthaya, pretty much everyone east of that line has been psyoped by Tokugawa in some way. That's just the reality of my
West of the line, they're safe.
situation.
West of the line, I don't talk to them, but it's not off.
Pretty much like Ayutthaya up until I attacked them here, which we will talk
Ayutthaya
about
is
too.
immune to mind control, bro. It's
Yeah, like
crazy.
Ayutthaya was like everything that you said to Ayutthaya, they were like feeding right back to me.
Yep,
It was
yep.
amazing. East of that,
Why'd you stab
though,
him again?
everyone is like a sleeper agent for Tokugawa, just like waiting to like do whatever you say. It's crazy. Like Portugal, I could just Portugal never
No,
like
Portugal wasn't.
confirmed anything.
Portugal is the only one where I think you're wrong, because Portugal was like constantly refusing my requests to attack
It
you.
was
It was
really
so
weird. Like
sad.
I could tell, like Portugal really wanted to dot me, but was just
For
like
sure.
waiting for like the right time for it. Like I could just tell that they wanted
Portugal
it.
was
You
the
know?
only one of your neighbors who, when I went to them and I said, "Oh, maybe evolution also," but when I went to Portugal and I said, "Oh, salt is scary," Portugal was like, "Yeah, salt is terrifying. Let's kill salt together." Nobody else said that. So I thought I
That's
was in good with
crazy.
Portugal, but then didn't turn out that way.
I could just tell Portugal wanted my dot here, so I just didn't trust them at all.
Yeah,
Dutch is the
it's
most
just a natural bot for Portugal.
obvious one that's been
Yeah, Dutch
psyoped.
was. I mean, Dutch was definitely a sleeper agent.
Yeah, Dutch was a.
I-
If you told me that you had like gone to Dutch and like paid them to like do whatever you wanted here, then I would believe you.
I was
think
gonna
That's how
say
bad this is.
I was gonna say it seems like from year 2 the Dutch put the sleeper and sleeper agent pretty effectively.
Yeah, they did. They sleptwalked right into a -9 here or something.
Yeah, with Ching, like I'm trying to like get it to like not trust you as much as I can here, but it's always Toku's so nice to me, and like I'll
Being so
only do something if
trustworthy.
like it's obvious that like someone breaks the
The triple.
alliance here. So
Yeah. It was actually
at
so
least
nice as well to have Dutch, like, because Ching didn't know that Dutch was like my best friend, right? So to Ching, it just looks like Dutch is suiciding you for no reason. It doesn't
yep,
look like I'm doing anything wrong.
it's just the worst part of it too.
It was terrible.
It's like I can't. It's like I know that like Dutch are like moving on your orders, but Jing just like Jing needs to like you to like make the most like overt attack possible to actually do anything.
Yeah.
It's
I would
infuriating.
say though that this definitely comes back around later, because I'm trying to get Ching for a long time to attack other people, like you or Russia or Inuit, and he like wasn't willing to attack you ever, and so I end up stabbing Ching instead of you a couple years down the line here, because Ching was just not willing to go to war with people. So
Yeah, I
wasn't gonna help
can't
me.
stab Ching
Oh,
in this position
definitely you
ever, so I
cannot.
just have to like go with it. And then Spain's been psyoped as well. Spain will just never
Oh
attack
my
you,
god, some
no
of the
matter
stuff
what.
Spain did.
Well, Spain was a unique
We'll
situation.
we'll see some Spain moves later.
So like the way I approach press with Tokugawa here is like, even though I know Toku's against me, Toku probably knows that I know. We're like there's like this like I don't know how to say it. There's like we're like pretending to be like each other's like best
Yep.
best of friends, and like it was really weird. It's like Toku was like pretending that they had no idea what Dutch
It was
were
so
doing,
strange.
and like
I
I don't
this was my
know.
first game with you too, so like I am living in the world where this is the way you press with everybody, bro. Like
Yeah.
I can't imagine another
I was
form of
pressing
salt
with you this
press.
way, just like on the off chance I could convince you to like stop doing this, but it just didn't work.
Well,
So, like,
it does work actually. It works in a moment here.
I was convinced that you were going to try to to actually go for a dot of mine here. I thought that you were going to try for like Korea.
Yeah.
So my plan was to
Make sure I can't
every
tap
move
you.
that I told you from like fall 01 to like the end, like where I stopped playing, was a complete lie.
Oh, for sure.
So
For sure.
I wanted to tell you that I was going to support myself to DC here, to a yellow C, and I figured if I did that, then you would go for the dot and like attack me, like go for like Pyongyang or
Yeah.
Hanyang, whichever one I told you was like going to move in. I figured that was going to happen. So and then I come with the self balance and the dislodge. I figured that this move set 90% of the time gets me everything that I want. I want
Yeah,
Dutch
just
to
loses to
not be
this,
able
basically.
to retreat to the sea.
To yellow
I
sea.
want them out.
Yep.
The only time this doesn't work out the way I want is if you play this exact line that
Or
you
if Ching
played here.
stabs you. Or if Ching stabs you. Because
Yeah.
also I was trying hard to convince them to take a support into Pyongyang. And then you are forced to leave Pyongyang. Like, you lose 2 dots in Korea this year if they do that.
Yeah, it's
But
like I
they weren't
saw
into
this.
it, so.
I just thought that you would go for one of my dots instead of this support here. And I was wrong.
Yeah, I
And
remember
that
being
really
tempted at the
sucks.
time, though.
Dutch and Yellow Sea just like breaks everything.
Just Yellow Sea is the most absurdly strong province. Like,
It's
throughout
terrible.
this game, it's just insane. Like, look at it. You convoy from Pyongyang to Nanking, or you can convoy out of Kyushu. You can move into like 4 different really good tiles: Fusan, Beijali, ECS. Like, it borders like 5 supply centers. Just an insane tile.
6.
It's real bad. And like
6, yeah,
you also
6.
moved in the army to Tsushima here. It's like I thought this was like a plan to like convoy it over to
Yeah.
Was that I remember you saying it
No,
wasn't. I don't know if I
wasn't a
believe that or
plan.
not.
Wasn't a plan. I think that, like, if I try to convoy here, if it goes off, it's amazing. But I just assumed that there was no way you were going to leave anything open for a convoy here. And I can't convoy into Hokkien, right? Like, if I was in Ryukyu right now, so maybe I should have walked to Ryukyu and tried to convoy to Hokkien with, now I remember I asked Portugal if they would support me in fall, and they said no. And that's why I didn't walk to Ryukyu. That's why I went to Tsushima instead.
I was like,
Otherwise, I would have gone Ryukyu and tried to convoy.
Yeah, I know. I remember, like, as soon as I saw that move, I thought that that's what you were gonna try to do.
I remember you being really pissed because, like, this was not what we had agreed, and you were like, "You're clearly gonna convoy on me," and I was like, "I'm not. If I was gonna convoy on you, I would have walked to Ryukyu."
Yeah.
But I mean, I see why it's threatening.
It's just a mess. Like this whole position. Like, other than that, anti-Russia goes fine. I'm still working with the Chinks. I have to. With Portugal, I think they are like openly asking me for a Donkin right now. I think I told them I'd give it to them in fall this phase.
You
I'm
say
not
yes, and then you don't go through with
sure.
it. Classic.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they just self-bounce here, so that's fine. And then I stabbed IU as per our deal with Evo. It was really weird. It's like we like drew up this plan together to like where like we would bounce in a Bhutan, and then like it would just be like DMZ from there. Like me and Evo did like a counter plan together where like he would support me to Bomo, and we would go from there. And then Evo didn't do that, which is really, really bad. Or not bad. I was really sad upon seeing that.
Tell me that someone you would stab in year 1 wouldn't go through with plans in year 2.
I know.
Yeah.
I couldn't possibly believe it.
Notably, I still have deniability because I self-bounce in Sangpa.
Yeah.
And the Bhutan move is sort of kind of anti-Ayuthai because I have 2 on Bamo. So Salt is stuck with me.
Pretty much. I mean, you can speak a lot
Hmm.
more about that than I ever could.
Yes.
My turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally.
So Portugal is terrorizing Silt, but they're also terrorizing me. They moved to the Gulf of, I don't know how to pronounce that, but they're going for Surat.
Combat, I think.
On
Wait, which
on
one?
Safavid too in Hormuz, Combat, Gulf of Combat
Oh,
on
Gulf
the
of
left.
Combat. Yes. Combat.
Yeah, so they're going there. I moved Burhanpur west to make sure they can't get anything there. And then I also bounced them in Goa so they can't get 2 on Hyderabad because that would give England and Portugal 3 on Hyderabad, which would be terrible. Let's see. Ayutthaya moves their fleets up because they have so many. And I'm sort of kind of working with England, and I'm sort of kind of working with Ayutthaya, and I'm drawing up plans for this fall on how to make use of that position. And then Russia and Safavids are fighting, and the Ottomans stab Russia, which is a play that I think is really bad on the Ottomans' part.
It was so terrible.
I don't even want to look over
Because
here.
Well, Safavid. I mean, Safavid is a huge part of the game.
I liked it for once, you know.
You
It's
liked the
Safi's
stab, you thought it
getting
was
even
good?
more powerful to attacking Mughals, and
Hmm.
Russia, who I'm actively fighting, just gets stabbed. So I
Yeah, I
liked
was
the
it.
happy
thing,
to see Safavid succeeding here.
Worked
the
out for
thing
me at least.
about like Ottomans stabbing Russia is like Ottomans could take Kharkov and Bakhchisarai whenever they want. They don't need to, you know, stab Russia right now for it. They can't always kill Safavids. If they don't kill Safavids now, Safavids just becomes a monster. Um, so that's what the Ottomans bring on, and they're also not being the most responsive in press. So that is
Yeah.
an upcoming threat for me.
Ottomans was like the only person in this game who I didn't really get to press with because they never responded to my press. I think at some point early in the game they decided I was a manipulator. No clue why they'd think that. But then they just never pressed me again for the rest of the game. Plus they were just
They
low
just
press
didn't press
already.
anyone.
Yeah, they were just low press.
I asked them why they like went for this play and why they're not attacking Safavids, and they're like, "Oh, Safavids is too strong." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah,
I hate
your neighbor is
that.
too strong. Why are you helping
Don't
them?"
help
them,
him.
bro. Well, and it was
But yeah,
Yeah.
also like
that's
Ottoman was the highest IDR player in the lobby, so I remember I was like fear mongering about them early, and like I think they went +8 or something in the first year. Like I thought they did well, and so then I was like talking to Austria and Spain and Safavid and trying to get them to coalition Ottomans. And then in Spring '02, I've just spent all this time trying to get all the neighbors to like be super distrustful of Ottomans, and then the only person who trusts them is Russia, and Ottoman stabs Russia. And I just remember pressing Safavid like, so Ottomans is dead now? And Safavid's was like, yep, super dead. So
their press just fell off so bad
yeah,
around
there
this
was just
time too.
no press there at all.
But yeah, that is Asia.
Well. Hey, look what happens when Spain puts an army in Aquitaine. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Isn't it fun?
Poland, I remember, like kind of has an okay year here. This is spring, I guess, but I think Poland like goes +3 in '02 or something like that.
I just like Spain
Because
identifying this
basically-
as self bounce
Um,
here, and then this means nothing though. Like you screw with the self bounce, but what
like-
does it accomplish?
It only helps Austria, yeah.
Did France get
Yeah.
bills here?
I don't know. It's spring.
This
doesn't
year,
do anything.
I,
No.
I
Was
forgot
this
about this.
the year that France?
Oh
Like,
wow, yeah. Touch just like
building
ratted the
back-
entire game here.
I don't understand what France was doing with Quebec. They built one in there.
Oh yeah.
first
So what happened? Oh yeah, this was actually kind of a big deal, wasn't it? So in the first year, right, they got stabbed by English and Dutch,
Right?
like really hard. And so France thought they were in like a colonial triple, and they were super pissed after that. But for some reason, their response to getting stabbed and being super pissed was to just not build an NA. They just built nothing in NA. They only built in all their other colonies, which is just throwing the colony to England and Dutch. Well, England, really.
England, yeah.
So it's like, yeah. it seems like a pretty pointless response to getting stabbed, but I'm not the player, so.
You're not the English.
I
who
know the
left it.
person I'm going to attack is going to promptly not build ever. Then
I
I'm
would
just
love
going
that.
to attack them more.
I would
That's
rephrase it.
what
If
I'm-
you know the person you're going to attack is going to promptly do their best imitation of a lemming, then I think that might make you more likely to attack them.
Yeah, I mean, England was definitely loving how this happened.
Yes. And so fall. All right, South America update. I have dots, just not that one. Or sorry, not that one. I cover Axura because I'm paranoid. Mapuche taps me here
Go
because
+1, right?
I don't know. Yeah, like 1, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And then I'm telling Dutch how I want to help them, but also I can't do it yet because I'm paranoid about Gravani.
And now you're back on your natural 8 dots from 01.
Yep. Nothing ever happens.
Nothing ever happens in South America.
Correct.
Yeah.
But things happen in Asia, I hear.
They do.
Yep.
Lots of things.
Who
So,
want to go with Toku first again?
sure. What is NPO doing? Anadir. Oh, okay. So I guess
Creative.
that's part of an anti-Inuit plan, is to go Anadir here. Presumably that was... Oh, wait. Am I bouncing? Wait. Go to NA. Go to NA. I'm bouncing, aren't I?
No. Oh,
Yup.
wait, yes. Okay.
Okay. So here's the deal here. There's an anti-Inuit alliance, and everyone's involved. Me, Russia, Qing, Atha, and Ute. And Atha and Ute are obviously handling the American side, and the three of us are handling the Asian side. And we're hoping that the colonials will hop on later. So I basically press Atha at some point, like with a suggestion for the plans that we should run against Inuit. And Atha says, those are exactly the plans that me and Ute already had. I'm like, great. And then a new Inuit player subs in, I think, this turn.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't really think I have that much to gain from Inuit. I already have Koyaks and Ainu, so I might as well try to piece Inuit after this year. Therefore, I should maybe try to help them out a little bit in NA. So knowing the moves, I do this bounce with Ute, and it ends up force disbanding Kvichak Bay, which is like pretty crippling, I think, to the speed of this Ute attack, because now they have to like rebuild it all the way back at home. It takes a full year to move back out there. They have to get past the Inuit fleets again.
Pain.
Like, it's just a real mess. And Ute is obviously super pissed. I mean, this like basically ruined my relations with Ute all game long, but I can't really say I regret it because they end up killing Inuit a lot slower because of this. So
Because
we
it's
stand by.
Spain that's in I'm forgetting the dot. Hawaii, yeah, because you have Spain
Yeah.
there, not Ute. It helps you like you can mess with Ute a lot more than
For sure.
than
And
you would if they
Spain-
had a presence there.
Spain, Ute, and I were like definitely a really weird relationship because Ute and I are pretty similar players. We like both press a lot. We're like pretty talkative fellas, and we were basically like competing for Spain's affection throughout most of the game, or the early game at least, where Spain is like gonna have to choose at some point, who do they want to focus on? And I was just really pressing hard always to make that Ute, which
Yeah.
I don't know. Ute and Spain had their own beef, so it ended up working out nicely. You can
did.
see Spain's actually supporting me into North Equatorial Current right now,
Oh, yeah, true.
but I'm not taking that to do this bounce instead. Which probably I say to Ute afterwards, look, I'm not really attacking you.
And then you taste like, I would have preferred if you did that.
yeah, definitely. Anyway, in Asia itself, I'm taking my support into Ainu, which is great.
Oh wow!
I think there's something else I want to look at first.
Who
Well,
could have seen
sure,
this
yeah.
one coming?
So, well, let's look at the Dutch moves first. So the Dutch moves here, I was really proud of. The Dutch and Tokugawa moves, I should say. Because,
Proud of.
well, but this move set guarantees a dot for Dutch this year. 100% guarantee. The only way that Nanking can get held is if
Yeah.
Chengdu support holds Nanking. And then, if Nanking's held, and I hostile retreat Yellow Sea, it gets to retreat back into Peking. So this specific moveset, I think maybe there's like a count. Oh, the only counter is that you bounce Yellow Sea with 2 from Korea, which is a really insane
like
moveset.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although
that
it is
works
the
too.
best.
That works.
Although
Well,
if I
I was thinking, no. I was thinking Chengdu supports Nanking Hold, and like Pyongyang supports
like
Hanyang
this?
to Yellow Sea, and that'll bounce me, and then they won't have the hostile retreat.
Oh, okay.
It's a very unnatural moveset for sure.
I don't know. If you gave Salts and I an hour to work out the best moves here, then we probably spot it. But spending an hour on moves in a game like this,
Yeah, I
It's
spent a long
rough.
time looking for these specific moves. Like, also, you have to look at it from the Dutch Toku perspective, you know?
yeah.
And there's so many options here. Like, we can take Hanyang with 2. Anyway, it's just a really impossible situation to hold. But still, this moveset guarantees +1, which was nice.
Yeah, because they get
The
the
problem
retreat.
Yeah. The problem for Dutch, obviously, is that they can't cover Formosa, and me and Spain are right next to Formosa. And Spain and Dutch had
Oh.
huge beef. They're fighting right now, I think, in the south.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they are.
And
well,
so,
it's because it may be because of me.
oh, because yeah. They've
I
been fighting for a year already in South
may
America.
or
True.
may not have instigated a fight. I don't
Well,
know.
I was loving that in any case. And so Spain basically came to me and said, like, I'm going to go for Formosa. Don't go for it. And I was like, no, I'm going to go for Formosa. You don't go for it. And then me and Spain had this whole huge disagreement where we were raging and yelling at each other. And Spain is a really flammable player where he will just absolutely crash out on you.
There
And
was a
so
reason that I
Spain
did not
absolutely
stab Spain
crashed out
early.
on me. Yeah, I regretted it. When I did it, I regretted it. But this conversation actually made me think, okay, maybe I've broken down relations with Spain. They can't be repaired. Like, that's how bad the crash out was. But at the end of the day, I have this whole conversation with him. There's 24 hours left in the phase. And I'm thinking, damn, I'm going to bounce Formosa with Spain. This really sucks. I wish I could go +3. Then, like 12 hours left in the phase, Ute presses Spain and also causes Spain to crash out. And then Spain comes to me and says, hey, I hate Ute right now. Can I support you to North Equatorial Current? In exchange, I'll give you Formosa.
Oh
Done.
my
like,
god.
yes. I'm like, I love that, Spain. Let's do it. And then, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what you did like messed up you more than the support
Yeah,
to
I didn't.
Victoria Current was.
Spain had no concerns for sure with this agreement, but he was pretty unhappy to not be in Formosa, which is understandable.
Yep.
And I was happy to be +3.
The Astro mind control.
It's actually insane how many people like fell for it. It's crazy. So I think I told Dutch about that they were probably gonna lose a Formosa. I just think that Dutch just didn't care. I said
didn't.
something in the chat.
They like honestly did not care.
KOP, if you want to put it on the screen here.
Oh.
But yeah, the tactics for Dutch were just like really, really rough. So, like I was certain that there's gonna be a convoy coming. Yeah, that's how I would describe Dutch in a nutshell.
Yep. It's totally true. Because at this point, I'm just trying to tell Dutch, like, look, you can defend Formosa. I'm gonna bounce Spain, but like honestly, defending Formosa is not sustainable. I'm gonna take it from you someday. And Dutch is like, yeah, I know you will.
The Dutch
And
have
so-
lost everything doing this against
Well,
me,
they have
and
a
they're
dog.
still
They
going.
get Peking, but they get Peking.
It gets so much worse before it finally
Well, they
ends.
just disband here.
But they weren't always going to.
They were not always going to. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that in winter.
Yeah,
It was weird.
I crashed out when I heard that. Anyways, for this turn, I was certain there's a convoy coming through the Dutch fleet into either Nanking or Peking. So if you're me, KOP, which spot do you think the convoy comes in?
It's a toss up, honestly.
Yeah,
But I think
it's rough.
this is a crazy idea. You could try to convoy this. It's like it's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. This
I
was
mean,
a
it
thought.
doesn't.
This was a
It
thought.
doesn't work unless Ching does this, so you don't do it. But
Yep.
you know,
Definitely going for Korea was something I was thinking about, but it just wasn't. Without Ching, you can't.
typical
Do it.
Japanese dog. I want to conquer Korea.
It was
Yeah.
my first goal, you know? It was literally going into the game. My first thought was like, I'm Japan. What do I need to do? Conquer Korea. So
You are-
so simple.
You are historical Japan, in that
Yep.
sense, because I've been there.
Yeah. So I decided to gamble on the convoy coming to Nanking here. I knew I was gonna lose a dot here, basically no matter what. I just wanted to prevent the convoy from going off because like a Tokugawa convoy going into China is
Crippling.
yeah, like it's already really 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 bad for me, but that just makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My feeling on this situation, like right now, is like basically I have the like natural dots for Tokugawa, right? Like it's not super easy. Korea is like kind of easy, but other than that, it's not really easy to get more dots like Nanking and Peking. But if I get a convoy in on you, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna cut you apart immediately, you know?
Yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that.
Because once you get the
about it from
first
there.
one, it can support in the other convoys, and then it's over.
Yeah. Bugles stabbed me. Surprise, surprise.
Really?
What? No,
I thought you guys had a triple down here.
I can't run two. one triple is my max here. Even though the triple I'm currently in is like completely
the
fake.
first triple is great. Looks at Tokugawa. The second
yeah,
triple,
it's
the second
fine.
triple is too much. Looks at that triple. Oh my!
Well, you haven't dotted me yet.
Average
Technically.
game. No, I haven't. I've only dotted Dutch actually.
So technically, it's according to a Ching, the triple is like still
The
fine.
triple is on, baby. We're good.
As far as the Ching knows, the support on Pyongyang just like completely like was not needed at all. Just something that I asked him as like a last second
I
thing.
will say, I'm in Ching's DMs every single turn. Hey, are you ready to stab Ming yet? Hey, are you ready to stab Ming yet? So I think you might have known there was some tension.
No, like it was like so. I think we were all doing the same thing. It's like I was telling Ching, hey, Tokugawa, can't really trust him. He's really worried about that.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think
And
Ching
we
was
were
thinking
talking
that he
to,
was like the
each
mediator
other.
between us, you know, like.
Yeah, because like we were going to, so I was going to you, tell you that you should stab Ching. You were
Oh
going
yeah,
to
you
me,
and I were
telling
definitely.
me
We
I
were
should
talking
stab
the whole
Ching.
time, like, yeah, we should stab Ching together, like next year. Next year we'll stab.
Yeah,
Ching.
yeah.
Next year.
It's always
for
a
sure.
next year thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It was so dumb.
It was a real experience being your neighbor. I have to say, it was a great time.
Yeah.
But after this term, sad news.
Yeah. I
Death
told
approaches.
Portugal I would give them the dot that I promised them. I did not, and it kind of sucks too, because like I don't know if I just gave them dot, I wouldn't lose a Rinka Pura because because they were asking for, they were like demanding the dot. It forced me to like choose between which one I wanted to lose between yeah.
Well, or you could not stab Ayutthaya.
Well,
But that's not a real option. I mean,
I can't run in two different
can't
four
possibly.
triples, it's just
Four
too
triples,
many.
Oh my.
It's too many. Look, when Ayutthaya tells you as meaning I'm gonna build 3 fleets, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Should have
mean,
just
It's
done
like
some
required.
better press with Dutch.
Dutch is a lost cause.
Yeah,
Dutch as
they
like
really
it's so lost. Dutch are never doing anything like pro me again.
Well,
But
they're
you
gonna be
did have
gone
good
soon.
tactics.
Yeah, like
against
the slip into whatever dot that was against
Sukhothai.
This one. was really good.
IU was
And
pretty good.
I remember this really pissed IU off. This was like something where IU couldn't wrap their head around why you would like force them into a war. Like by doing this move, you've made it like a pure death war forever, right?
Yeah. Well, IU didn't know that I had that Muggles were like telling me that they were gonna support me in this, and I wasn't going to tell them that Muggles were supporting
Yeah, of
supporting
course
me,
not.
at least to my knowledge. So yeah, to IU, I just like stabbed him for no gains
But
whatsoever.
but really good tactics, right?
Yeah, the tactics side was fine. I just needed Beagles to
You needed an
do
ally
any
person. Yeah.
of the things that they said they
Honestly,
would.
what you really needed was Spain and Dutch to peace out.
Yeah, I didn't really see that one. I didn't even
That would've been
try
good.
to. I mean, Dutch obviously won't do anything that
They
I
were
say
not.
ever.
And Spain was
Um,
not the type to piece people out.
Yeah, I had this playing with Evo. I think Evo's gonna get like 2 dots out of this if you went through with it, like Ava and Pegu maybe, something along those lines. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
could talk about it a bit more. So my understanding was that I thought I was an alliance player, so once I have him, I keep him.
Mhm.
But like it was kind of a double-edged sword because they also demanded arbitrary stuff, um, which kind of makes them a poor ally because at times they'll demand arbitrary stuff like the Andaman Islands in the first year, and then they'll get pissed off when you say no and give like reasons. But regardless, Salt stabbed me twice, so I'm gonna side with Aya.
That's crazy. Who would ever do that?
And then I thought I would just go around like to everyone in every channel and just say, "Why did Salt stab me?"
They did it in a public too, in
And
the public square.
Yeah.
and like I remember Safavids and Tokugawa would both ask me why Salt stabbed Ayuthaya, and I would just be like, I don't know.
Just he's
Send
just
them like a salt
crazy.
emoji.
I was like so sure that it was because of you too, because I'm sitting there like, I've seen these guys in YouTube videos together before. I know they're friends. I
Yeah.
know I can't trust these two together.
No,
But
me and Salt always kill each other.
I've
Pretty
learned that
much.
now.
But the other big thing, uh, I get a really good stab on England. They evacuate Raja Mahendri and tell me about it. They like tell me that they're not support holding Raja Mahendri. They're instead moving to Raichur. They tell me about it, so I'm just like, oh, okay, free die in Raja Mahendri. I also do the old trickaroo and tell them that I'll support them into Malacca Strait, so that they're not support holding, and then I get Ayutthaya support into ACEH.
Good stuff.
And then me and what's up?
I said good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of like a mirror where I'm supporting Ayutthaya against Ming and backfilling them. Ayutthaya is supporting me against England and backfilling me. And yeah, everything's good on the east.
Unless you're
And
Ming.
then I don't know. I guess the Dutch are getting forced out of Ceylon.
Yeah, can we like zoom out and see how
this
many
Portugal
dots did
stab.
Dutch lose
Look, this Portugal stab. This
this
thing
year?
is beautiful. It's 9, I think.
Yeah,
They have like
something
7
looks like
disbands on
really
9.
high, I think.
It's like 7 disbands on 9 SCs or something.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see. One. That's 2.
2.
yeah,
Yep.
That's
3.
3.
we lost Flores.
Yep.
Flores is 4.
4.
5 up in China.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well,
Yeah,
If
yeah.
they
Well,
lose-
yeah,
that's the
this is
minus,
fine.
they're minus 1.
retreat.
Yeah,
That's
they're
fine.
minus 1. Exactly.
Yeah,
let's see. How's Africa? Oh, that's actually
they lost 1, I think.
that's
Well, they're
down to
plus 1 there, though.
That's 4. Back down to
Yep,
4.
4. That's even.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Checks
no
out.
retreat.
Okay.
5.
5.
They
Mstead.
get
6.
Salim though, right? Yeah, they get that. So back to
Yeah,
5.
they do.
Yes. So 5. And that's all fine.
6.
5.
That's
Well,
neutral.
they get this.
Oh no, 5. You're right.
But
Yeah.
5 still.
It's all in Europe. Yeah, there it is.
6.
7.
Well,
Oh
yes,
no,
7.
yeah, it's 7. It's 7.
Yeah.
They lose that.
7.
Okay, so it's only 7.
So
Only 7.
we go to like the clean map for builds.
Let me just finish with the orders
What
real
do
quick.
you
Actually, yeah,
get, what do you lose as a
let's
a
finish
Dutch?
Mughals, go.
So I look at Central Asia. I told Russia, I offered support to, or I told Russia to support me using Turkestan from Yarkand to Uzgan. I did this
No.
in conjunction with
Yeah.
offering
It's
Safavid
so
support into
clean.
Turkestan so that they would not support whole Uzgan. Russia did not do the move I told them to do, and I did not get into Uzgan, and now Safavids is going to be huge. Also,
And
whatever's going on in Bandar Abbas, I guess the Safavids promised Portugal that they could
Yeah.
take Bandar Abbas, and
Yeah.
then Safavids bounced them for, I don't.
I have no idea why Portugal thought that this was a real deal, but
Yeah.
Safavid, in exchange for something, I guess it's in exchange for this support hold on Riyadh. They're gonna offer
But-
Bandar Abbas, which, I mean, sure,
Safavids
that's
is
gonna
getting
happen.
free stuff all around.
It's like
Yep.
crack.
And yeah,
And the one move that I remember asking you about, I thought this was really impressive, was this Surat hold. I was like, why did you do this Surat hold? And you said, because I was afraid that Portugal was going to hostile support Surat into Ahmed, which
Right.
actually like a super valid fear.
yeah. So the clear move in Ahmedabad, since it's a core, is to self-bounce there so that I can build there and still keep out the Portuguese. But if Portugal supports Surat into Ahmedabad, then my army ends the year in Ahmedabad instead of Surat, and I do not get that build, which would be worse than I'd rather get the neutral than
This
not have.
you go plus
Yeah,
one.
like if I can't build an Ahmedabad, it's whatever, but I do need that neutral for
Totally.
an extra build.
To build Karak or
Yeah.
Meanwhile, England.
So I'm +3 this year.
and
What's up, King of Russia?
I said, meanwhile, England. They're just.
Oh yeah, England's position in India is dead, and they're going to be
England
evacuated.
disbands here. Yeah, they leave India, which is a impactful decision on their game later. But honestly,
that-
like if they keep it here, they just die anyway. Right?
Well,
Yeah.
they have enough builds
Here we
from Canada. They could probably overload it, honestly.
Yeah,
And-
that's true. They
And
probably could do that.
there are very few positions as England where I think that overloading India as a quantity save it is worth it. But one of them is the position where France kills himself in Canada. Like
Yeah, it's true.
France commits suicide is a position where I think I am able to take liberties as England.
Well, but England uses this to overbuild Caribbean like unbelievably hard, and so that is probably also not a bad choice.
I guess, but you don't really have
Yeah,
to do
just
that.
dominating there. I can see it. And there's not really a wrong play to make
Yeah,
when
that's
you're in
true.
that
I mean,
spot.
Well, there's
when you're
wrong
England
play.
with free NA because France throws you NA, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong to do at that
On
point.
that note, builds, army and fleet.
Yep.
From me, this is all. That's all. That's all I
That's
can do.
standard right there.
Yep.
Mhm.
I was +1 dot, but 2 builds because I disbanded this unit on retreats.
Yeah, so
That has a couple
just
disbands on
for
the map. that I can see
-7,
so far.
what fleets as Dutch would you take off here? What do you think?
Well, definitely, I would take off all of NA.
Yeah.
All of Europe, maybe. You would keep NA. You could keep Detroit.
I would keep NA. I would keep both.
Yeah, you could keep them both.
Would you
honestly. You're
keep the
not in that
two
much of a
fleets that are
fight.
in China that have
What about
no dots and
Leeward
no
Sea?
hope
No.
Look at
to
Leeward
hold
Sea, which is
dots?
disbanded, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I don't know what Dutch were smoking this game.
But I got them. I actually talked to them and told them it's a good idea to keep the armies in Carib and Belém because we can fight Spain together.
Yeah.
And
St.
then
Marcus Bay is a good keep too.
and then they did that, by the way. So I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I talked to Dutch
They kept
at
all
the
this
start
region.
of this phase.
They kept this.
I mean these are
Well-
some wild keeps for sure. I think
And-
I think you're disbanding Walvis Ridge, St. Helena, something in NA,
You're getting rid of this. I would think you would have to get rid of this.
Zara. Yep. Keep Sao Tome for sure.
Yeah, I think you have to.
And then get rid of some stuff in Asia for sure.
Yeah,
Like
at
it's
this
Yeah.
four
point,
that they get rid of in Asia. These are 4 good ones.
no, you just axe these, I think, and you give up Monado.
Oh.
I don't think you can
Yeah,
hold
that's
it.
good. And then
So that's
Chanton.
3.
I
And then
heard
Chanton.
word that Dutch were gonna keep both the fleets
It was
around
it was
me,
not word. It was a
and I
promise from
crashed
Dutch.
out about
Dutch
that. I was
So I went to Dutch at the start of this phase and I said, "Hey, first of all, sorry for Formosa. Spain lied to me, obviously.
uh-huh.
Second of all, you're -7. Obviously you're probably going to disband here, but I'd love it if you kept Peking at least." And then Dutch says, "Actually, I was thinking I would keep them both because this is a colony that I think is really fun, even if it's not necessarily the best colony to keep." And I was like, "Great. That's really
The
really
magic
amazing."
Astro Press.
Fun
I
for
didn't even
someone.
say anything. They
It
just
wasn't
loved
fun
me
for
so much
me.
already.
I don't know what
I'll tell you. Here's the
I
secret.
did
Here was the secret.
to the Dutch player to like
Here
deserve
is the
this.
secret. Day 1, I'm pressing Dutch. We press for a while. I say, "Oh, like my back hurts because I've been sitting on my chair in this like really whack way." And then the Dutch player goes, "Oh my god, I love sitting on my chair like that." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's really sad. Like I'm only 23 and I can already feel my back like falling apart." And they're like, "Yeah, but it's worth it because it's so comfy." And from then on, I think we had an unshakable bond. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why you
That was
lost.
be a trick to it.
Hmm.
You got to sit in the chair different, man.
I mean, next time that I see this Dutch player in a game, I'm murdering them based on like spite alone. Like
Oh, I'm
it was
vibing.
so bad.
I'm
This
throwing to
game.
Dutch. I'm throwing to Dutch if I see them in game for sure. Me and Salt together with Dutch. Make it happen.
I heard from Togu that they were gonna keep these 2 fleets. I crashed out
Yeah, so I
in the
tell
void.
Salt. So Salt and I had a peace deal on the table already, and then Dutch told me they were going to keep those 2. Oh no, it was the other way around. First, Dutch told me they were going to keep the 2. Then I worked out a peace deal with Salt, and I had to go back to Dutch and say, "Hey, actually, can you disband these?" And I felt so
Yeah.
bad for this because as soon as they disband these 2 fleets, at the start of the next phase, they sub out. And I'm like, dude, they were only playing in this game in order to play this China position, and I asked them to give it up. So I felt really sad about that. But
I don't know why you
for the
Why
would
you
sake
want
of
to
ask
play
them to
this
give it up.
China position so bad? I
Well,
don't get it.
because I wanted the Ming piece, actually.
Hate it.
My thinking
Oh, yeah, you're
was
crazy. You got to kill him.
for the Ming piece, yeah, I am kind of crazy. But okay. So like there's strong Mughal and Safavid on the other side, right? And I know that Ayu is weak. And I know that Qing is weak. And I don't have a lot of faith in Russia. So it's like, if I kill really like Ming, I was thinking here, especially because it's someone who I know is a good player. Like there's no threat. Ming is never going to pose a threat to me at this point, right? So it's like I can leave them alive safely, but if I kill them, there's 4 dots on the table, right? Peking, Nanking, Pyongyang, Hanyang. And I figured in a peace deal, if I'm able to get Korea, that's good enough. Which is the peace deal I end up getting. I get Korea. And Salt only agreed to cede one of these 2 provinces, but I don't know if you felt this way, Salt. I felt like if you're ceding one of them, I'm just going to take them both, and you're not really going to put up a huge fuss. Which
Yeah, no, I just have to like take it.
you can't.
I have to take it. There's not much of a choice.
Like exactly.
And I'm fine with that.
I went into this like year 3 position on Toku, and it's like if I just walk into your C tiles here, it's just so over.
Yeah, like you already have the position to like break it if you want to. So there's not really a point in fighting too hard over it.
Which is why this was the time when I felt like I should try for the peace deal, right?
Yeah, I never that I was willing to do this. Like I was fine with you taking Korea, but I wasn't really like under any impression that this is going to be like a long-term
You didn't trust me
friendship.
at all. And to be honest, I wasn't sure it would be either at the start, but it ended up being a long-term friendship.
Yeah. But yeah, I drop an army the only place that I can for
Only
my
one
builds here.
possible build here.
Lanzhou.
I built 3 armies. because I need to fight Safavids now. I need to defend against the Portugal that is just letting themselves get stabbed by the Safavids and built another army in India.
Why do you think you didn't build a fleet in Ahmed?
That's funny.
I didn't want to beef with Portugal. I wanted to have peace with them and attack the Safavids.
I see, and then you can kill English and Safa together. Yeah, that makes sense. And Ming too.
But if Portugal should have built like a fleet in Muscat or something,
Or an army in Macau.
Nah, they
An
don't.
army
They
in
don't need that
Macau was
one.
fire here.
They don't need that one.
If they build army in Macau and Dutch keeps the fleets, and I get to like battle both the colonials in China, oh my god, it would have been
Crazy.
if we take a look at like one of the outcomes of my tactics in like China is that like Ayutthaya is in Ringpungpa, Ming
Which
is in like
brilliant.
the Ayutthaya core. There's just
There's
the
no
borders
way
are just atrocious. Like
Oh, this was
between
also part of why I pieced Ming. Is because I was looking at this situation with Ming and Ayu, and I was thinking like, oh my god, Mughals is about to eat you guys up.
meanwhile, I just have like a Bhutan Bamo like border. It's very secure.
There's no way that IU keeps the dot they have in the north here, at all.
But they can really mess with you with it,
Yeah, they can.
and they hate you. So
And then
It's just a little bit.
builds 2 armies because that's their only option with Ming
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
And they also get very, very pissed off with the Dutch keeping all their fleets in Indonesia. Like Ayutthaya is very unhappy with that.
Oh yeah, because Dutch said they would disband. Oh my god, wait, I caused this on accident.
Of course you did. Of course you
Well,
did.
Dutch said
Ripple
they would
effects.
disband, right? They said they would disband, and then they ended up keeping them because they disbanded China instead.
So rather than you saying accident, Astro, I have a proposal for something else you could say. Ready?
Okay. This was all a part of my master.
Yes.
The Astro psyop goes so
Goes
deep.
deeper than. Okay, well, you know what else is crazy? Psyop is.
I know it's
go look in,
crazy.
like.
But not yet.
Once. So go look at Spain's builds. Do they have builds this year?
Oh yeah, fleet,
Yeah, they do.
And,
1,
fleet.
2, 3,
army.
4, 5, 6. They have 6 builds. Nothing in Philippines though.
They have
Oh
to build
my
in
God.
Philippines here. You have to have another fleet.
No, Spain. You
No
have
builds.
free.
No, we need the army in
On in,
Quito because
just
Aymara
take
might
it.
stab me. Aymara might stab me. True, Aymara might stab you. But you don't need an army to prevent it. Just let it happen.
They have Bonin Islands for free, and they don't capitalize.
Dot. There's a dot.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a dot.
That's sad.
It's
There's
not.
a-
I mean, they can't take it though.
There's a dot.
Like if I go Okinawa and Kuroshio, and then I just tap Philly and fall.
Oh, they like
They
have
backfill.
NPO.
I don't know.
Well, no, because
Yeah,
you
I
do
think-
a
backfill
fleet.
Philippine Sea.
You do a fleet
There
here.
are
There's something
worlds,
there.
Look,
and then
you
you
do,
go lose on.
no, you just do this.
But that the psyop
No,
just
but if you
goes
do this, I tap
way
you and
too
fall.
deep.
No,
So
I tap Philly and fall, and I play Kuro S Okinawa to Bonin. So you
yeah,
also need.
yeah. But are you gonna sit here and look me in the eye and tell me that you're gonna play this and
Go to
not
Spring Moves.
this?
Go to Spring
I mean,
Moves.
You maybe you do, but it's crazy still. It is still crazy that you would do that.
It is, yeah. Especially after like, okay, I mean, the reason they don't build in Philippines is because I have been so hard anti-Ming all game, and obviously I'm telling them, hey, I'm gonna keep going anti-Ming.
yep.
But you can see in my builds, there's no armies and there's no fleet in Kyoto either.
So any
Which is a part of
Spain,
my-
any Spain worth their salt has to look at the results of this position and realize that Japan is about to do this and this.
I think any Spain player has to go in. Like, Spain and Tokugawa both really hate fighting. Like, it really sucks if you guys end up fighting because you just don't get that much and it costs a lot. But if you're looking at this 11 dot Toku in 02 and you have 6 builds. You build nothing on them. Like, I'm not even sure they built a single Pacific fleet.
They did.
It was just craziness.
You gotta reinforce.
no, they
something
have-
when you know
they
Tokugawa is
don't.
gonna build 3. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
gotta do
just
something about
really
that.
insane. And they had like really heavily overbuilt in Pacific previously. There was like a lot of Pacific fleets. So I was sitting there thinking, oh, well, Spain's a huge threat and is clearly coming for me with all these Pacific fleets. And then they just build nothing in Philippines here, so I mean, I'll stab them, sure.
Hmm.
Do we want to go to spring then?
Yeah, we can go spring.
Sure. All right. Detour to
stab Spain.
Detour to South America. You'll never guess who else stabbed Spain.
Oh, beautiful. I was trying to organize this with you the whole time, I'm
I
sure.
think, well, Spain stabbed me too here, so it's not the word. You know, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's mutual.
Does Ute?
I mean,
no.
Ute and
no,
Spain
you
were
take it
already
stabbed.
fighting,
You
right?
take get stabbed.
Oh, yeah,
So-
yeah.
Oh.
Because I convinced Spain that Ute is going to stab them.
Well, I mean, I was
Oh,
trying really
no.
hard to convince Ute, and Ute was always. I want to see if I can find it.
You
Ute
had
showed me
both.
all these plans about how it would be much better if they waited until fall to
They
stab.
fall stabbed.
And I was constantly like, no, you're not gonna get that shot. Like if it comes to fall, and like you're not gonna have the chance. You just won't.
100%. I think also, like, clearly in my eyes, Ute was doing this in order to get us to stab first. So that
Oh yeah,
they
it was
could
so
profit.
obvious.
Because it's just so clear, right? Like, they're killing Inuit, they're super strong in GPL. They really don't need to fight Spain. They have plenty of growth otherwise. So it's like,
Here, I found the map.
that really rubbed
I
me
did a
the wrong way.
little shenanigans. Put it there.
Oh, look,
That's what you was presenting to me as the reason they shouldn't stab.
let me have a look.
It's complicated, but
Well, they don't even do the spray moves that they
Yeah,
need to.
they don't
make
even.
that
And what's
work.
crazy is they don't. Oh no, but they get tapped in Kiowa, right? Not Sonora. But still, if
But
they
they
had
moved
done
the
these
Great
spring
Plains
moves-
units out.
yeah,
I don't know how you see like Spain having the unit in like Great
GPL.
Plains and Nueva Vizcaya,
Well,
and like
actually, I
you
kind of
don't
see
think
it
Spain's
from
gonna do
Ute.
it.
Actually, I kind of see it from Ute because, like, what does Ute really want to avoid here? They want to stop English from running over the whole continent.
It's too late for that though.
It's not.
You
I
can't
mean-
fight. You can't fight Britain here. I think as
Well,
you
you
before
can.
before
but
you fight
Ute doesn't
you
want
fight
to fight
Spain.
Britain. They want Spain to, and they get that, right? Like, Spain is fighting English, so I could see some argument here for not immediately stabbing Spain, but letting them walk into Kiowa is crazy. I mean, you should have agreed to bounce with the Nueva Vizcaya army, surely.
well,
Maybe
they agreed to bounce to
Sonora
Sonora.
was
They agreed to
a
bounce to
great
Sonora, and
bounce.
Spain fired.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is
yeah, you're right.
but
You're right.
but this is why you're supposed to stab Spain in spring, so it doesn't matter because you support yourself into
Yep,
Kiowa.
Totally. I mean, they should have just stabbed. I agree with you, but
You
also we're a little biased, aren't we?
Don't get too cute. You gotta just play the position.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
and
that
now
was a
South
detour.
America. Yes. Back to my South American detour. I was trying to make peace with Mapuche, and Mapuche decided, screw that. I don't like you. So, you know,
Oh, like
I-
Guarani backs off.
yeah. I'm kind of putting effort in at this point, but I'm gonna be honest. At this point in the game, I'm mostly just done. I'm over it because like, there's no
You're
play.
contained.
There's no play
Yeah.
in the position, and it's not even like my fault really. I mean, I guess trying to attack Mapuche early was a mistake because Guarani didn't see the vision. But like, what it was stupid that he didn't see the vision because the vision was good.
Yeah, I mean, you make an 0-1 play and your neighbor doesn't go with it, and then you still ended up with a position out of it. So,
But at this point, it's just sleepwalking
that's
because
not
its
nothing.
position is
Yeah.
kind of whatever to me.
it's
The
just too
thing
slow.
the thing is that I have played Aymara in the past before Guarani existed. And so with Guarani in place and without killing a neighbor, this position is just so incredibly tedious and boring compared to any other Aymara position I've ever played. I just have no interest in playing it.
The
But
grind in Central South America is crazy.
I have-
like,
yeah, I
nowhere
just-
else.
and there's no shot at winning out of this position. No shot.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It's
I
just
think when we
don't.
see that point later where they disband 5 on you, Like, I think from that position, maybe there was something to be
But
done.
it doesn't matter how far north I
Oh.
get because there's never any play
Yeah,
further
that's
south.
true. That's
Never
true.
any play south of this line. Never.
Yeah, you needed me or Portugal to come crack Mapuche or Guarani for you, and we never did it.
No.
You don't think so?
I said no. Like no. I'm like agreeing. Like no, you never did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just no play. It's just such a depressing position.
Amar is just a depressing country sometimes.
Well,
I feel
there's-
like
You can do some exciting things. You just
yeah, totally.
got to have someone with brains next to you. But like
Well, I
not
kind
too
of
many
felt the
brains.
same way about your position and Atha's position this game, which was like you were both pretty much cooking in like pretty rough positions, but then like you're just enclosed, right? Like Atha is just totally stuck behind Ute and English all game.
In a box.
And you similarly are just locked with the regionals and then I'm on your west. Like, no, you can't have a Pacific position actually.
Well, I got enough of a Pacific position later in the game to be annoying. So we'll get to that eventually.
Yes. We'll get there.
All right, Asia.
What goes on
boy.
here? Okay, well, let's look in NPO first. Let's look at NPO 5, because I see this NPO 1 to NPO 5 move. And I was pretty happy with this one. If you go back to the NA tiles, you'll
Oh,
see I
yes,
bounced
you-
Spain
You 2
in
units with
NPO
one.
1 and NPO 5, keeping them out of NPO, which really I was super happy about, because that means my stab ends up just really, really clean. I just walk into everything.
Mhm.
But turns out that like don't do this. Like don't stab Spain in year 3 as Toku. It's just a terrible idea because I felt really strong. I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go stab Spain. I got 11 units. Oh man, 11 units. That's really a lot, right? No, it's actually not that many when you're stabbing Spain. And so Spain is kind of just able to lock me up here. But
Is this when Spain does like their whole thing where they just start going at it in public with everyone?
Yeah, I don't know exactly when it started, but definitely like over the course of the game, that's increasing in regularity.
Spain kind of went crazy.
Yeah. Spain was definitely
A little bit.
insane. But in this, yeah, I mean, because they didn't build Philippines, it's super easy for me to just walk in on them here. And then also, Portugal is apparently stabbing Salt at the same time, so that's beautiful.
That's a stab? Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
Well, I did bounce Portugal out of a dot that I promised them, and they weren't too happy about that for some
Yeah,
reason.
so now they want the dot back. Well,
Yeah, they want the dot I agreed to give them but didn't give.
Well,
For
seems
whatever
reasonable.
reason, really. I don't know why they would ever want that.
Want such things.
Also, this border is just
Isn't it fun?
And
then
I have no
all-
excuses. But in all honesty, I mean, my support hold would have worked. And I would have kept that center. Would they be able to hold it? Probably not. But
I heard that this was like an agreement that like this was some other move set. Like what happened here?
so
I try to piece out Evo is what happened.
well, it's your sub.
Yeah,
was
this is
the-
you
my
subs
sub
by
came in?
here. Yeah, this is the first turn with the sub. So the sub is
Oh,
the
that
guy
was
who
after this turn.
Radar.
Yeah.
Well, you put in
So-
these moves. You put in these moves.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
The sub came in and already had moves, and also already had a peace deal with me lined up. And then this is just the peace deal and the moves that Salt had already put in. I thought.
peace deal against
So
you.
I'm promising
you're
to
right.
Ming the Ming sub since it's starting from 0-0. We restart the relationship. I say I need help against the big Safavids. Ayutthaya can't provide it, but Ming can because they're in Turfan and can help me hold Yarkand. And I say, if you do moves that are favorable to me in the spring, then I'll stab Ayutthaya in the fall. So like they sort of know a little bit of the moves that me and Ayutthaya are going to do, but it doesn't matter anyway because Ayutthaya didn't follow through on our agreed upon moves and instead supported themselves to Kunming. which is a bit of a head scratcher.
Never gonna
But-
work.
So that's how we get that disgusting order set. We continue killing England, as you do. And then Portugal does some very strange orders where instead of just evacuating that Gulf province that's like just on my border for no reason, they do a self bounce, and then just let Safavids roll over their colony in Arabia.
And they disband this unit too.
60 chests.
This Vostok unit.
What's up?
They disband this Vostok unit on retreats too. They just totally give the colony up. And this Arabian Sea thing, Safavid asked them to do this self bounce. For sure. Because I remember Safavid was talking to me about it.
So Portugal is making it clear they want to lose the Arabian colony and team up with Safavids against me. That is a very bad position to be in, or at least that's the direction they're starting to go into. And then I move 2 armies towards the Safavid border because I don't have any other choice. We're fighting. It's happening. There's no peace is not an option. But since Ming support holds me in Yarkand, I keep it and the Safavids don't take it.
You live.
Nice.
All right.
That should be it.
Murder. Well, on that note, that was spring, so now we have fall. All right. South America update. I get my dots back. I keep my dots. Gorvani's like cooperating, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really trust Gorvani ever again after the first year. It's just true.
At some point, there's a Guarani sub too, right? But
Yeah,
new
but
Guarani, same as the old Guarani, basically.
yeah, the press is limited, we'll say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pitch Spain. I'm basically trying to pitch Spain on some sort of peace here, but I don't ever intend to keep it. You know how it is.
Yep.
Dutch are kind of surviving, which is good for me. They could be a good resource to be used against the Spanish in the future. And stalemate between Gorvani and Mapuche, except would you look at that? Because Portugal and Mapuche still both exist, Gorvani is getting sandwiched between them. What an interesting and unforeseeable quirk of the position.
Who could have seen that one coming?
Nobody.
Is there a reason you didn't core Wien?
I didn't want to.
Doesn't seem like. Well, I mean, I guess it's not a
Then-
totally useless core, but I don't know.
It's marginal at best.
Axura is a nice core. Lima is a nice core. But I feel like more of these inland cores on Aymara are not doing that much for you.
Not really necessary for the position to evolve properly. And on that note, Asia.
Still, cores are good. Well, let's look NA first because
You have
Spain
some-
is tapping me fully, right? Like we've got 3 taps here on my NPO from Spain and in America.
Yep.
Just, ignoring their American position to do this. But to be fair, it's kind of valid. I definitely had a big betrayal of their trust, so
Yep.
yeah. This means they can totally lock me out of doing anything with NPO forever. But in my opinion, it's kind of terrible tactics because they really want to get into NPO. And if you just tap me forever, they're never going to actually get into NPO. They're just going to keep me from taking Hawaii and Galapagos, but
Yeah.
they're never going to hurt me in Hawaii and Galapagos either. And they have like 5 fleets or something. So if they just drop these 5 fleets into MPO and come attack me with them, that's really scary. Then again, that is more damaging to their American position than what they're doing here. So fair enough. But then in Asia,
This big continent called
But
Asia.
then in Asia,
oh God, I knew. So I've just supported Inuit from Kuril to Okhotsk because I'm trying to ally Inuit because remember they subbed and I blew up that Ute fleet for them. But I make the foolish error of telling Inuit that I'm going to move to Rishiri. Which, honestly, I'm really not sure why I would do that. I should have just held or moved Strait of Tartary. Those
Or you
are
could have
the
cored.
two actually.
It's a good core to have.
Yeah, that's true. I could have cored, I could have held, or I could have moved Strait of Tartary, or I could have moved Sea of Okhotsk. All of those would have been much better options than Rishiri. But instead, somehow I think it's a good idea to let both Qing and Inuit know that I'm going to move to Rishiri. And what a surprise, they work out that they should just play this and take Ainu, which is a seriously annoying dot to have lost because it's really easy for you to take in 01, but it's actually kind of difficult to retake against Qing and Inuit. But I really shouldn't complain because I also win the 50-50 on Haishenwai, and I've taken Pyongyang and Hanyang this year. And I guess I should also mention that I think this was my Qing stab actually in spring, where I just walk into Oriental Sea, and that was the whole stab. There was nothing else really. But
What
that was
an
good enough because
inventive
Qing has no
stab.
fleets. Yeah. Well,
Haishenwai?
if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just 50-50 for Haishenwai and win it.
Yep.
So
There you go.
lovely stuff. Oh, and disband the Ming fleet in Hanyang as well.
Yes. Although that was always going to happen, pretty much.
Yeah, unless they were able to hold it, which is difficult but not impossible. You can tap Pyongyang from Yellow Sea, right? And then you hold.
All right. Well,
Um,
Salt, I can't really consult you anymore on these Ming moves, but
No, unfortunately
You're-
not.
but
I was
you're still
paying like
gonna-
half attention at this point.
you're still going to take responsibility for all of these, okay?
Yeah.
yes, yes.
I think like the one thing I made sure to tell myself was like to never trust Tokugawa under like any reasons.
And then
Like the
how'd
one
that
thing I
go?
made
How'd that go
sure
for Ming?
that they knew, and the Tokugawa was like just like the nicest possible moves.
You should have
Like
done
everything
this.
here was like completely arranged. I think, right?
Yeah, it was all totally arranged. And afterwards, I looked at the void here, and I remember when the subs in, I say to them, "Oh, me and Salt have a peace deal," and you had told me you were going to talk about the peace deal in the void, so I was like, "Oh, me and Salt have a peace deal, and I think it's just in your void. Like, you should go talk to Salt about it." And then he goes and talks to you in the void, and you're like, "Well, there is a peace deal. Like, you can look at the moves, but don't trust this dude. Like, this is
Yeah.
a terrible idea." And then he goes for the peace deal, and it works. And you guys both in the void are like, what is going on here? Why would Tokugawa play this stuff? It doesn't
Yeah,
make any
I did
sense.
not expect this to go through at all. I thought you
Yeah.
were just gonna like see a sub and like just slam every fleet that you had into China.
Yeah. It was almost the opposite. Like, I was so happy to see the sub. I was a little sad because it was right as we reached the peace deal, but
Yeah,
I definitely think a peace with you could not have lasted as long as this peace did.
nah, probably not. Like I would have probably attacked you, like just because I was so paranoid of you doing the
Well,
same
when
to
you
me.
first got a build, Ming is going to get a build next year, and he's going to build an army. And there's no
Yeah.
way you build an army. There's
Yeah, I would have
no chance.
done a fleet
And then I would've
every
killed you.
time.
I
Yeah.
will.
Yep.
I will say that Salt did throw away his Dutch position in the East Indies for a 1-dot stab on me, the dot which he retained for 1 year and then lost.
And this was my fear. I'm gonna get 1-dotted for Pyongyang, and then I'm gonna have to fight Salt. But
It's
the
fun,
sub
isn't it?
the sub fixed it all.
Yeah, the sub did a really great job.
The sub was really an incredible player. He was cooking.
Yeah.
We'll get
I've
to it,
I've
though.
played with them before, and they usually do really solid. In
I
their
had
games.
never played with him before, but I was blown away for sure. By
Yeah,
this
I
sub
didn't
and
like
also by the
arrange a sub
English
at all.
sub.
They were just like the first person who signed up for it, and I'm happy with how they played
Yep.
it.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Would it be fair to say that Toku finally broke the triple by stabbing Qing?
I think so. Yeah, I think.
True.
Well, because these moves in Korea are all agreed, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just helping them get rid of their fleets to rebuild more armies, mostly.
Of course,
Whereas
of course.
with Qing, yeah, I mean, this is unacceptable behavior, honestly.
I look. We always said that the Qing stab would happen
Next year.
next year. This was the year.
Is this you stabbing Ching Salt? What do you
No,
think?
this is not a stab on Qing.
But this is
I
the
think
sub. It's not on you.
yeah. I don't know if our sub stabbed Qing ever. I don't think they did.
They do. They do.
Well, you have to at some
All
point.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
After
Moogle.
Yeah,
like
I mean-
4 years of me asking for it, they do.
One of these
So
days.
I fall into the exact same trap that Salt did 1 year prior,
Yep.
and I work with Ming to stab Ayutthaya. And then Ming does the switcheroo on me and stabs me instead and teams up with Ayutthaya.
Which only could have happened because of the sub.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only could have happened because of the sub. But anyway, now I'm at war with Portugal, Safavids, Ming, Ayutthaya, and England. So I am in a horrible
It's
diplomatic position.
fine.
Google's problem here.
I'm
But
sure it's fine.
surprisingly enough, I'm even because I take an English shot, but also lose Yarkand. But it is not looking good for the future of the Mughal Empire. Yes, frown face.
I think if the sub didn't happen, you'd be looking in a really, really good spot too.
Yeah,
Well-
Ayu would have been weak.
The issue is, like, sub or not, I have a Safavid problem. And
True.
the
And
only
the
way that's
Safavid problem never goes away here.
is either Portugal does something that they weren't doing, or Ming like helps me indefinitely. And even if Salt stayed, Ming isn't helping me.
even
Actually, if
without
Salt
Salt,
stayed, then
yeah.
Ming definitely isn't helping me.
Yeah.
Not
And Ming on side,
indefinitely.
though, I mean, Safavid is still going to roll over Otto in Russia.
Yeah, like Safavid, there's no containing Safavids anymore.
Yeah.
So
Also, I want to shout out Safavid for reaching this position like so quickly, this like pretty dominant position so quickly after a +3 in 01. I thought that was
Yeah,
really good.
neither neighbors
Good
can
play.
do anything to them.
They,
It's really
they played
nice.
a really great game.
and that's it for me.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of a year. Let's see. We'll go maybe one more year for part 1. And then it will be it. All right. So I have no builds. So check mark. Tokugawa. A fleet?
Do I build an
Wow.
army now? 2 fleets. Okay, still no armies. Wow.
Am I blind? Where's
Yeah,
the?
that-
Oh, there's the fleet. Okay, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
so this is an anti-Spanish build, obviously, which
Yeah.
I probably need, but definitely I was feeling at this point, I was regretting a lot the fact that I had only the 1 army.
You
was
cannot advance
painfully-
inland further than Shanghai.
You absolutely cannot. Like, Tokugawa needs armies.
Speaking
you're
of
never going
armies.
to get to... Look at that.
Yeah,
Mughal.
so I disbanded Yarkand on the retreat and rebuilt in Delhi. Hopefully, the goal was to not contest Safavid since I couldn't even if I wanted to. So maybe if I let them kind of border Ming a little bit, then they'll start fighting.
You're looking like
that is-
you're kind of looking to like it's like a weather pattern. You're looking to build a mountain range right here, so this enormous storm just does this up and over it and goes
Yeah.
that way.
Yep.
Well, there's a Portuguese fleet in Gulf of Combat, and there's going to be a hostile fleet in Arabian Sea eventually.
That's why
Portugal
way
built
back when
armies
you.
over-
That's why way
Look
back
at
when you had to
Safavid
have a
building.
fleet here. You needed a fleet.
Well, I wanted Portugal. Portugal on side would have been better than a fleet Ahmedabad. But
Yeah, but you don't
you
get
wouldn't-
Portugal on side as Mughals. You kill Portugal and force them to subservience. And then you get
Look at
Portugal on
Safavid.
side.
too busy killing England.
Look at Safavid building 0 fleets.
Yeah, this is surprising to me. I would have expected at
That's
least a fleet
crazy to
there.
me. I'm building 2 fleets for sure.
I don't know if I build 2.
As
Actually, if you're
for
plus
Apple
3, you
Pie-
build 2. Yeah, if you're plus 3, you build 2 fleets.
I could see it either way. I guess they stab. Oh, you know what? This is an Ottoman stab, I bet.
Is
So,
it?
like, surely this Isfahan.
I can see it.
I
Otherwise,
can-
why would you build it?
I mean, I can see it, but I don't know if now is the time.
Well, I don't know if it's great necessarily. I just feel like that's what
Who's gonna
those
punish
armies
them?
are saying to me.
There's no one to punish them. Russia's dead. Portugal
Yeah,
tapped
that's
out.
true.
I'm
It's true.
getting cooked.
You can't do
No
anything.
one. There's no contest.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well fight all your enemies if you're gonna win.
Maybe. I'm not sure it's the most profitable move, but I guess if
Well,
Russia's
I
just
would
spending
say
Uzbek,
definitely that I think Safavid should have built fleets here, and I think as we go into the mid game, Safavid really starts to suffer from not having enough fleets. Like,
it's a problem that
bad.
Benji ran into way back in B1E when I was Russia and he was Safavids. He just didn't get fleets out early, and so his position
Yep.
stagnated over time, and that's that.
And that's
As-
what happens here too.
As
Like
Safavids, a
Safavid
lot
has
of
this great position, but 4 years from now, there's no more growth left, really.
well, a lot because the furthest west you get as Safavids really is like here. You can get
Well-
Trebizond, but I don't find keeping it the
Trebizond,
most realistic proposition.
Safavid builds in Trebizond 3 times this game.
Yes, but like strategically, you can't count
For
on
sure.
this.
For sure. I agree with
Because-
you that, like, really as Safavid, you want to play for Arabia, I think. And
Yes,
then you can
and
use
then-
Arabia to play into other regions.
This, and then you support this effort into India. Typically, is how
Totally.
you would want to do it.
Totally. I think that this Safavid, particularly, really had a thought of, like, I'm going to go into China and Europe. I think maybe because they were looking at Enderman's Safavid game, which was, like, super intense in Europe. Enderman, that's the English player here.
Yeah.
Got, like, Targoviste in their Safavid game, which is, like, super deep in Europe, obviously.
Yeah, this is nuts. Here.
But yeah, that kind of led this Safavid player, I think, to not focus on India as much as I thought they should have. Which includes these fleets, I suppose.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Any other fun builds over the map? Netherlands keeps these units. I like. Netherlands
Is
in
this
the
the-
builds.
Is this the year where Spain builds in NA instead of Yup?
Oh yeah.
So Spain disbanded to build these
Yeah.
builds.
Spain is really,
And
really upset with Oot.
Spain hates Ute. Not even sure why. I think the problem is that Ute and Spain are warring, and Ute's strategy is like just to keep talking to Spain. And that just makes Spain more and more pissed off as Ute talks more and more and more.
Yeah, the Spanish player I find is that you don't want to talk to them too much if you're not doing what they like. So like I do a
Totally.
little
I
bit
just-
of press with him, and I'm like, I don't want to fight anymore. If you want to have peace, here's what we can do, and that's it. I'm not gonna like I'm
You are
not gonna
100
badger over and over again.
Yep. 100% exactly what I was doing. I would say to him, like, once a year, hey, this is what I think a peace deal should look like. He would say no. And then we would fight our amicable war where he doesn't enter NPO. And we just kept doing that for a while.
Yep. And moves. Well, I managed to conduct fun times. Also known as
Welcome
sit
back.
still. I get
Welcome
Mapuche to back off a
to-
bit. I back off Spain a little bit because I need them to be kind of not expecting me to attack them, basically.
Yeah.
It's the goal.
Makes
And
sense.
they are, I don't know, they're using fleets in the North Pacific. They're getting murdered by England. Like, what? Why this? Why is this the move? You literally couldn't lose that. You needed to do this.
What the hell?
I feel like this was a misorder.
What is that? Yeah, what is that, actually? It's like to reclaim... No, it's just terrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
is-
moving to
yeah.
Caracas just feels really weird to
I
me.
mean,
Well,
maybe
now
there's
they
like
retreat-
some.
Now
Well,
they
maybe-
retreat Gulf of Honduras and tap Bay of Panama, and they play Caracas S Panama to
It's a
Cartagena.
misorder, I think. It has to be. Surely.
Bad.
I mean, I think that
They
either it's
got
a
accused of
either this is a misorder or they thought there was peace with England here because these moves are not like this is a support hold, right?
Yeah,
So
it
there's
could be
the-
they thought there was peace with England.
And with this move being like this, my
Yeah, they're
expectation is
turning on UK
probably
there.
that England said they were going to do this or something, and so Spain is like trying to get out of the way and maybe get in
to
position
get
to
into
ask
New
for
Portland
support.
pressure.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see
think you're
that.
Right. I think you're
Now,
right.
as Spain, I still would not buy that.
That's not good.
I would still do this, to be clear, but
Or Honduras to Bay of Panama.
this.
yeah.
After this
Well,
phase
this
is when
With
Once
support.
England gets into Bay of Panama, Spain needs to
Yeah.
like recognize that it's
You need to just go back into your docks
Liver-
and hold up.
Yeah.
this
Either
is
kill
England cannot
England
be
or you
here.
die.
England cannot be here if you're Spain. It is very simple.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Garvani is being attacked on both sides by Portugal and Mapuche.
The fact that Guarani lives this game is insane to me because I feel like every turn I look down here, Guarani is attacked on all sides by everyone. And then
It's just such a defensible
some-
position. Like you get locked into
Yeah,
prison, but
really
you
is.
never really get executed.
That's just South America.
I mean, I guess
Spoilers.
I guess I could have done it at like right here. I could have just killed him, like on the spot.
Yeah, but they have chances to kill, like you all, I feel like, have chances to kill the other regionals at some points and don't. They just never get taken.
Well, this Mapuche doing this constantly really prevents me from ever doing anything.
Oh, for sure. You hated
like
Mapuche,
it's-
right? And that's why you didn't kill Guarani, which is kind of valid because if you kill Guarani, you're not the one gaining, right? Like,
I just get this maybe.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like
you
2
make
dots.
Mapuche and Portugal's position just so good.
Yeah, this position for me is just like sit here and I don't know, maybe go up this way a bit and then don't die, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
And then
my entire path to power is gonna probably be like taking this, setting up some sort of line like here, I think, and then maybe long term, like this is a thing that can happen. But that's like 10 years of work, so it's not gonna happen.
yeah.
Like, fun times. Anyways, let's go to the actual fun times.
Anyways. So I'm getting bounced in Curl Islands, which means I don't take Ainu this year, I think. Or there's a guess. There's a 50-50 in fall about Ainu getting braced into Tartary or Sakhalin tapping Tartary.
That sounds like a lot of
And
fun.
yeah, it would have been really easy to avoid if I just brought an NPO fleet in, but instead
Agreed.
we are going to end up in a 50-50.
Well, it's because you're
Meanwhile, in the
prioritizing.
south, I'm leaving Spain while Portugal has a support into Manila. I think that this is the year that there's a global coalition on Portugal.
That looks about right. Portugal was getting pretty
And-
powerful around this time.
Yeah, I definitely remember thinking like, okay, Portugal and England are the clear two leading colonials, and of those two, I'd really rather England than Portugal succeed. And so I did what I could to get people to attack Portugal, and they end up going like -3 this year or something. But really, the great part is that me, Ayu, and Ming are able to combine, and we take this whole colony in 1 year.
Yep.
So we put 2 on Macau here. I have 1 on Hainan, but Portugal doesn't have any on Hainan. And then Ayu's
Dead
already
Portugal.
in DK. Yeah, dead Portugal for sure. And I pass up on Spanish dots for this, which makes Spain happy, probably.
Portugal can do this.
That's the thought, but actually Ayu has a very nice play to get around this, which we will see.
Oh, wait.
momentarily.
I'm going to guess it's this, but there's some sort
It's
of brace.
a brace. No,
Yeah,
no,
from
they
you.
brace into Daviet, I think, which is kind of insane that
Oh, like
Portugal would let them
this.
do it. Yeah, this is what they play.
But
I'm
why
pretty
does Portugal
confident.
play this? Because it's way.
I don't know.
You play this every
That's-
time.
That's what I said when Ayu told me they were gonna brace, but then
Good guess.
I mean,
It
I don't know. I
works.
guess you can tap it from Donkin, but like
Yeah.
Daviet is more likely to get tapped than South China Sea, but also the brace is so obvious that like you should
Yeah.
play it the other way.
You should.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well, we eat up all of Portugal's colony here, so that's great in my book. I have no complaints, and I'm doing nothing with Spain still, which is fine as long as I'm not getting attacked, right?
well,
Also
as long,
doing
like,
nothing
properly
with
attacked
Ming.
because
Well, exactly. They're not really trying to attack me necessarily. And actually, this is an agreement. I remember I'm supposed to bounce. Oh, this is the peace deal with Spain. Yeah. So I bounce Berlanga Ridge here as Ute is trying to like sneak in. And this, I mean, if my Ute relations were not already shot, now they're just gone because like I'm doing this for no reason to help out Spain, who's my enemy. But at the end of the day, I think Spain was less of a threat than Ute, so it works out nicely. And
so
then
it
Spain
goes.
does agree to peace me here, I think.
Yeah, there's
So.
yeah. Good times. Now, Mughals, do you have peace?
Before we get to my moves, this is the turn where Spain like sends that message about how everyone's complaining about them and they want to have all of their press be public.
I was not paying attention
I
to this.
posted, What's up?
I said I was not paying attention to this.
Yeah, I mean, that was a whole debate. I think Safavids argued with them. I argued with them. England complained. It was a whole big thing in the public channels, but those were always going off the whole game.
There was so much crash out in public press.
It was
this game.
hilarious.
Everyone was doing it.
Hey, I think
Um,
crashing out is not what I would describe my public press as. It was perfectly reasonable, measured
Oh.
criticism.
I remember this now, Evo. I remember this post. This is directed at Yute.
Oh wait, was it?
Can you
That-
put it in
that-
the
what did it-
chat so I can toss it in the?
Yeah, it's the second most recent message in the chat.
It's in there.
Oh, let
This
me-
is a message about Yute for sure. Because Yute is, I mean, Yute and Spain could not have worse relations at this
Oh,
point.
I think I remember this too. Yeah, this is really funny.
They're both just like begging me to hit each other, and I'm just sitting there like watching them do nothing death war in America, just gleefully. It's beautiful.
yeah, that message was really funny. So that's what sparked like everyone just like dogpiled on Spain.
Yeah, this message is next year, but this is the point where only me, English, and Portugal are still even pressing Spain. It's
Tragic.
terrible.
And it's just please throw it at me. I love
Please
that.
throw to me. Please throw to me. Please throw to me.
So you can just see
Just don't
that,
tap
that
Ione
they're
with
on the
PD,
verge of
please.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's going on in the world. But for South Asia orders, I'm dying. I lose ACEH to the Dutch Ayutthaya Alliance
Which one?
in like
Oh, okay, yeah.
Indonesia. Yeah. I think I lose Kabul here. I lose Bamo. No, I don't lose Kabul just yet.
Just
But you know, I'm not gonna last forever here. Surprisingly, like Safavids in Portugal don't really advance that well. But
This feels like a really strong Mughal start that got overshadowed by an even stronger Safavids, empowered by
Yeah.
Russia deciding to just throw them all their dots.
I
mean, I feel like
definitely had
kind of
criticism of the
issue.
Russian play.
Russia
Yeah,
just
this,
went
I think around
off
now
the
is when the
rails.
Russia player subs.
It was way before this. It was like year 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was at least a year ago, right?
It was year 2, I think.
Yeah.
It's like
I
I
don't
remember
know.
talking
If
to
you
Russian
were still
sub.
around then, it must have been
Yeah.
year 2.
But the big one
Yeah,
is that I lose Bamo. That's
I
the thing
think-
I can't hold. So yeah, that's my order set.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yes. Death approaches.
Yeah, I feel like Safavid and Mughal, like, they're both fighting on all sides, but when Mughal fights on all sides, they lose hard. And when Safavid fights on all sides, it
They
goes
win.
okay
They're having a
easily.
good time.
Astro was actually my like knight in shining armor, like giving me little tips
Oh.
about like moves that people would be making,
Shouts evil.
playing balance of power, you know, putting their influence everywhere on the board.
Ming's my ally, but I don't want him to go too fast, you know.
I think a big one comes this fall, but we'll get to it when we get to it.
It's like about which one is tapping you. I remember you asking me, like, there's
Yeah.
only one thing that I need to know about that.
Yep, and it works out.
Yeah.
But there's another piece to it with Ayutthaya, but we'll get to it later.
Okay. Later.
Eventually. All right. Yeah, and then you're just getting
Oh, and then
done.
also I'm just chugging away against Qing. I would say that like my war against Qing this game is like it's the slowest paced annexation ever. Like
you need to get
I
the
just take
Quantum
one
army
dot a
in here,
year.
man. They took it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I know, but I have no armies,
Strolling
man.
in.
I didn't build any armies. This was the
You
issue.
didn't give the
Like a
army enough power.
casual little
This is like you have
vacation for the army.
you have the conflict between the army and the fleet, and you just were like, "Army, kill yourself. We like the fleet."
We do like the fleet. That's why I played Tokugawa.
Wait, is that the fleet supporting the army? Is that okay? Then no,
Yeah.
that is allowed. Okay, I don't know why
Yeah,
I thought that wasn't for some reason.
It used to not have a coastline.
Yeah,
Yeah, it used to have the
Okay.
coastline on the other
Or
side.
the coastline wasn't there.
So then it
So
would
I saw
kind
that
of
move. I was
be-
like, wait a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this change like made taking Haishinwai a lot better for Tokugawa because
Yeah.
it is so central and it's like so easily controlled by fleets.
It's definitely more interesting, I think, because like Qing, like if they want to, can build more fleets against Tokugawa, and gives Tokugawa like more dots if they stab Qing. So
Yeah. It made Toku Qing relations a lot worse and Qing Ming relations a lot better. So I think that really stabilized the triangle or like evened out the strength of the triangle a lot. I really love the B2 changes
yeah,
in Asia.
they're pretty good.
Not that I played before B2, so
Well,
I don't know, but
so it goes. Fall.
so it goes.
I conduct anti-Portugal, but I get stabbed by Spain.
But it bounces.
Because of course I do. Yeah, luckily all this gets cut, but it's annoying
You
because
Dutch takes Amazonia too.
yes. Well, that, I was plotting for that.
You
to
just
happen.
needed to like message
Annoying
Spain,
because-
asking Spain to throw to you. That would have worked.
that would have solved the problem. True.
I'm actually pretty sure I told Dutch here that Spain was tapping Carib. So,
Smart.
which is why they said Bellum to Amazonia, because that's the only thing that works if that's the
Nice.
case.
They walk out of Belgium only to lose it to France. That's painful.
Well, I prefer this dot be theirs anyways.
Yeah.
And then Locum Corning Wien Hayek.
A frontline core.
Well, hardly a front line. They can't attack.
They have the core done by now.
Who said you could do that?
That's all.
It looks like your position is loosening up a bit, and you have some more room to move around. Oh, never. Oh, the Spanish.
No. Still in the
Are these
box.
So has a
Spanish
new
fleets actually
problem.
getting out?
Yeah, I take that back.
This position doesn't loosen up. Okay.
Always someone else.
No loosening.
Okay.
Let's figure out someone else's position who looks a lot better.
It's only one of our positions.
I
at
guess I'm
this
trying to
rate.
force disband somebody with these NPO moves. Maybe look NA. Oh yeah. So we're forced disbanding this Hawaii fleet, I think.
Oh.
I'm tapping all of the MPO tiles and then supporting Ute into Hawaii. Peace with Ute, peace in our time. I think from here I peace Ute until like 1 year before the end of the game. Just because me and Ute, there's just no reason for us to fight each other. Like I can fight Ute and take Hawaii and Aleuts against a 20 unit Ute with 7 fleets. I'd really rather not.
You don't
And
say.
similarly, Ute can stab me, but I have 5 MPO fleets, so that's a bad idea too. And our lovely mutually assured destruction means that we just get to stay at peace for 5 years here or so. But there's always tension there. Still, anytime I can get a Spanish Pacific fleet disbanded, I'm loving it.
Pretty much any Pacific fleet, I think.
Well, yeah, true. Any Pacific fleet.
Yeah, not really discriminating.
Very true. Except the Toku ones.
All right. Well, let's see.
And then in
Pretty
Europe,
much
or in
Asia.
oh my god, they walk out of Ainu and I don't walk in. Painful. But I remember that the Qing guesses were super good this turn. So I end up in Nivix, and I hold Shengjing, and I'm coring Pyongyang. And then I also get Hainan. We take this Portugal colony as discussed, and I'm in Manila at the same time. So not like a huge growth. Oh, it is. I'm +4, right? Okay,
Probably.
never mind. It is a huge growth year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Qing War is like finally getting somewhere. This is year 3, I think, of the Qing War. And the Spain War also, this is year 3. And finally I'm starting to get some dots there. So just the really fast start allowed me to make these like kind of slower mid-game plays and get away with it, I thought.
It's a big thing at Tokugawa.
Definitely. Toku's very slow. And so the fact that I was able to get off to a fast start really accelerated me.
India?
And then
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
I was
So-
going to comment.
Oh,
I was going to comment on Ming, but it doesn't matter. Go for it.
no. Finish your turn, Astro.
No. There's nothing to say because
Okay, it was my thing.
yeah. Go for it.
Okay, so if we zoom in, like, on the tactical situation with Ayu Mughal Ming border, Like really, we need to really look into the tactics.
What a mess.
So Ming and Ayutthaya are of course working together, and they can guarantee Kolkata by tapping Bhutan. Right? And the way that they would do that is they would have the Ayutthaya unit in Morocco support Bamo into Kolkata so that I can't use that pesky army in Yangcheng to tap Bamo. So that is, we kind of know that Morocco is going to be the supporting unit and Bamo is going to be the unit going to Kolkata. We know that Bhutan support holding Kolkata is not going to accomplish anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can just draw
The
exactly
key is that Bamo is still colored in with the Mughal color. So if I can make sure that nothing is present in Bamo at the end of the phase, I'll keep another dot. So there's two options that Ming and Ayutthaya have. Either Ayutthaya can backfill Bamo, and Kunming could support Ava to Bamo, and then Ayutthaya backfills Ava from there. Or Kunming goes to Bamo, supported by Ava, which is what they do. The key here is that Bhutan can tap Bamo, so I know I could have a pressure of 1, and I know that Bamo is leaving, so if I have a pressure of 1 or a power of 1, and there's a power of 1 going in, then it bounces and I keep Bamo. The key there is I need to know which unit, is it Ava or Kunming, that I need to tap with Yongchang. So I need to know, is Ayutthaya going to be the one ending the year there, or is Ming going to be the one ending the year there? So I ask my good friend, the balance of power player, Tokugawa,
That's me.
and Tokugawa does deliver the correct answer, but it ended up not being relevant because Ayutthaya also just volunteered the information to me after I
Yeah.
asked.
Well, Ayu actually is I think the reason I knew as well, because
Yeah.
Ming was definitely always very careful. Like, Ming recognizes that at the end of the day, despite us being allies, I'm clearly his main threat. And so he was always very tight-lipped with me about orders and stuff, which was smart. Whereas Ayu was willing to tell me, well, I think he was maybe complaining that he didn't get Bamo. He was saying like, "Oh, I really wanted it, and Ming is going to take it instead of me," and that's telling us that Kunming is going to move, right? So,
But yeah, this is tactics and leaked information and all that good stuff.
really good play from
and
you.
that's why you don't talk tactics to anyone who doesn't need to know them.
Correct.
Exactly.
But what do you
Let's
say when they
see.
ask you the question like 10 times in a row? It's fucking annoying.
England takes
Oh, go ahead.
England
Ah.
takes Masulipatam, but I
Masulipatam.
backfill Madras.
Yeah.
So it's just a trade. Portugal fails to get into Hyderabad, and then I think I also hold in the north against the Safavids.
Yeah, nothing happened. Oh, you're doing that thing.
Yes.
Yep, and they're sort of kind of moving against Ming a little bit, maybe. I
think
can't really tell.
Next year. This was like a prep, and they weren't sure if they wanted to move against Ming or not. And then next year, I think, is the year that they're going to try to stab Ming. But,
Yeah, that would have been a crazy move.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would have
my.
killed. That would have literally killed their position for 2 years, I think.
It would have ruined their momentum, yeah. But also, it would have killed you a lot faster.
No, you would have been alive for a lot longer. because
Yeah, it would have
Safavids
been helped out a lot.
Safavids
Well, it would
been
have helped you tactically,
they
but
would have been incoherent for years, and
but
incoherent
if Safa
Safavids would
doesn't
have been.
stab Ming, if Safa doesn't stab Ming here, then Evo is gonna die. Like Safa needs them to stab Ming.
You mean Mughal? No, you just sit
Or
here.
yeah, sorry.
You just sit here, and it's like whatever. What do you do?
Yeah, but I guess since Safa has no fleets, it might be true, honestly.
Yeah.
But they have Portugal.
I mean, I'm holding for now, but the dam
is.
is cracking.
Yeah, it can't hold forever.
So yeah.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of 1645.
Do we want to do winter?
And I think we should start at winter next time for part 2.
Sure.
Yeah.
Great.
And where will part 2 be found?
Part 2 will be found on Evolution's channel, which will have a link
Yes.
in the description, and I'll even make an end card for the video.
So kind.
Awesome.
And you better go watch it because Evolution needs subscribers and views, just like I need subscribers and views.
We'll know.
And we should all watch. We should all comment and subscribe and like.
Yes,
That's
yes.
it.
Good
Make sure to
stuff.
go to Evolution's video and comment, Evolution, why can't you be more like my hero, the last Firebender?
What? That's wild. Oh my god.
That's
But
not
for
getting cut.
Astro-
We're leaving that in.
Astro King of Prussia Assault, this was so much fun talking about Asia and the dynamic triples and stuff. It was a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Asia was a really fun
It's great
time
playing with
this
y'all
game.
too, but thanks for the invite.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
And that'll be it for tonight. Have a good one, everyone.
Okay.